You know the truth.
Smooth, what's good, baby?
I'll be with the lick read. Carrots on my wrist, no they didn't come from Tiffany. Elmer Fudd try to get this buzz, we throwing clips at him. Hit stick, made him kick flip, time to blitz matted. Love silver satin all on this swap meet fabric. 350,000 in a duffel, do a backflip. That's Draco with a Draco, bet you this'll bring traction. Gallery department, rockin' Cold Devil, this fashion. That's an awful lot of cough syrup in my hand. Silly op made him wrestle shots like he Vince McMahon. He's no longer, what that mean? He's simply dead. Must be off shrooms, so I left him trippy red. Kill Bill, real deal, they gon' do it Simon Teller. Rolls Royce Don parked, then he came with the umbrellas. It don't rain in California, but I bet you we can sell them. I'm the truth, you can go and ask them niggas I was in jail with. My car came with umbrellas in it, nigga. The police said I hang with all felons in my pictures. Flu flam my op if he staring at my jury. Debo with the block, niggas saying I'm a bully. My car came with umbrellas in it, nigga. The police said I hang with all felons in my pictures. Flu flam my op if he staring at my jury. Debo with the block, niggas saying I'm a bully. Shit, man. My car came with umbrellas in it, nigga. Man. The police said I hang with all felons in my pictures. For real. Monday Night Raw, he can wrestle these extensions. Shit. Flu flam my op if he staring at my jewelry. Flu flam my op, 2 hammers out, 2 cans. Sam make these hammers blam blam, I'm a loose cannon. Hit stick made his wig split, made him do backflips. Is that the spark from the K on my Jews dance? The county jail, I'll be wild as hell, I don't do rapping. How he got dead is gonna be hard to find his shoes after. I drink lean, pop pills, I ain't these new rappers. The OG's mad cause I ain't let him wipe my shoes after. Get a bag, get a job, you a shoe shiner. I beat life twice, nigga, I'm a 2-timer. C-files, I beat trial, you don't do violence. My posse, we keep chops cause our Jews icy. My car came with umbrellas in it, nigga. The police said I hang with all felons in my pictures. Flu flam my op if he staring at my jury. Debo with the block, niggas saying I'm a bully. My car came with umbrellas in it, nigga. The police said I hang with all felons in my pictures. Flu flam my op if he staring at my jury. Debo with the block, niggas saying I'm a bully. Shit, man. My car came with umbrellas in it, nigga. Man. The police said I hang with all felons in my pictures. For real. Monday Night Raw, he can wrestle these extensions. Shit. Flu flam my op if he staring at my jewelry.
Another nigga dead if you put your hand up on his jewelry. All 12 said not guilty, you heard the jury. You can give me all the money you want, don't be nervous. I made his bitch give me back massager with his jersey. He got a mic on shit, don't say too much, he a Perkins. Effing in to turn a kickboxer to a jerker. Bitch handed me a loaf, so I served her. She broke, she can't get shit from me, not even a burger. Why you got so many phones? Cause they burners. Turn her op nigga to cookie pack like I'm burner. Put a bitch in the strip club and she a twerker. In a month I done made 100 bands off my verses. The
my car came with umbrellas in it, nigga. The police said I hang with all felons in my pictures. Flu flam my op if he staring at my jury. Debo with the block, niggas saying I'm a bully. My car came with umbrellas in it, nigga. The police said I hang with all felons in my pictures. Flu flam my op if he staring at my jury. Debo with the block, niggas saying I'm a bully. Shit, man. My car came with umbrellas in it, nigga. Man. The police said I hang with all felons in my pictures. For real. Monday Night Raw, he can wrestle these extensions. Shit. Flu flam my op if he staring at my jewelry.
Thank you, Fizzle.
Smooth, what's good, baby?
I was in the field getting more bread than Sarah Lee. Most of the niggas hating on my comments is scared of me. You really left the house and what are those? That's embarrassing. She like, Ralph, you can do one thing, can you care for me? I was in the field getting more bread than Sarah Lee. Most of the niggas hating on my comments is scared of me. You really left the house and what are those? That's embarrassing. She like, Ralph, you can do one thing, can you care for me? You don't want a nigga like me, I'm embarrassed. Trifling nigga sliding your friends DM on careless shit. You look broke as fuck, I wouldn't even wear that shit. I don't like to be around bums, cause all they do is stare at my wrist. Pretty broke, poor ass bum, beware of that bitch. I just want your money and guns, I swear that's it. I ain't come from trust fund, I'm a baby kid. I was really in the trenches, I'm trying to change the way I live. Don't need the praises, things we done changed the way y'all live. Wasn't rockin' Mason Margiela, niggas was rockin' Dickies. We saved y'all niggas niggas from buying all them swap me pieces. Don't be mad at Pastor Robert, that's the facts that I be preaching. Once the game is on, it's time to play ball, that's how I be beefing. I don't sip Patron, I like codeine, that's what I be drinking. Steak, shrimp, and lobster, and cheddar potatoes is how I be eating. I don't believe nothing that come out of bitch mouth, cause talk is cheap. I was in the field getting more bread than Sarah Lee. Most of the niggas hating on my comments is scared of me. You really left the house, and what are those? That's embarrassing. Like Ralph, you can do one thing, can you care for me? I was in the field getting more bread than Sarah Lee. Most of the niggas hating on my comments is scared of me. You really left the house, and what are those? That's embarrassing. Like Ralph, you can do one thing, can you care for me?
Damn shame, I done had this cake longer than my bitch. On the net you say I'm capping, these streets you need a wish. I was a semi-auto bandit till I linked up with a switch. Grown ass thug, baby Drakey in the crib. Feel no pressure on this bitch, nigga shaky where you live. Just the ops you gotta watch, nigga snaking where I live. Was in the class for a day, them niggas janky over there. Yeah, we caught him round here, but we spanked him over there. Yeah, nigga bought paper, they no staples up in here. K rounds, they take him out, but it stuck him in a chair. The way we steppin' out, bring it to a bear. Another nigga dressed up, somebody show him what to wear. Got my ear to the streets, it always tell me what to hear. Don't need no glasses on my face, show a nigga that I fear. I got my ops and they feelings, make they ass shed tears. And a rifle from Big 5, but I ain't poppin' at no deers.
I was in the field getting more bread than Sarah Lee. Most of the niggas hating on my comments is scared of me. You really left the house, and what are those? That's embarrassing. Like Ralph, you can do one thing, can you care for me? I was in the field getting more bread than Sarah Lee. Most of the niggas hating on my comments is scared of me. You really left the house, and what are those? That's embarrassing. Like Ralph, you can do one thing, can you care for me?
We Japanese still. You getting cooked in front of your family like a Japanese meal. It's Yashuba Hibachi, and none of you niggas can stop me, but can't help but watch me. Look, man, it's Friday Night SmackDown. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. Y'all see the title. We're gonna be discussing Chris Harris. You understand? We're gonna be. Excuse me. Sorry. Pardon me. Miss Harris, the female. We're gonna be discussing that. But like, somebody check his mtDNA. This brother recently got washed by Pastor Bennett. Left because he's flustered, can't control his emotions. He's not a good debater. He left. He got beat by T-Duck last year. Threw away his trophies from SPDL. Threw them in the trash and told Solar, "Fuck your debates. Fuck your league." You know what I'm saying? This dude is trash. This dude is pseudo. His argumentum sucks. And he pretty much, the way he argues is this: oh, white people have something to do with Christianity, therefore you can't be a Christian. White people have something to do with Judaism, therefore you can't be a Jew. You're just a fucking racist smuck. That's all you are. You don't control the thoughts and opinions of majority of people that you consider black. You don't do that. So you guys are fascists, you're racist, and you're leftists. Everything that's wrong with this world, you guys are a part of. And it's very similar. I think it's very similar. There are a lot of similitudes with him, Grla Hebrew, and Yakoba, Teotw Ministries and whatnot. They all share racist values, right? They all are stuck on this black supremacist BS, and they are all anti-intellectual. There's no difference between a BHI and an Afrocentric, because the end goal is the same. They're pushing racism, and they don't push anything to advance us, right? Black Hebrew Israelites. There's a Black Hebrew Israelite right now on the street corner, right now, denigrating people, making white people kiss their boots. But you'll be hard-pressed to find a Black Hebrew Israelite fighting illiteracy, improving the literacy rate amongst Black Americans. You will be hard-pressed to find that. You'll be hard-pressed to find Black Hebrew Israelites doing anything that contribute to our upward mobility All of it's just feel good religion and racism, all mixed together, concocted, and served to you guys via the internet. Same thing with Teotw Ministries. It's a bunch of condemnation to Europeans, which is very hypocritical because they themselves, we have done several shows exemplifying that they themselves, Gorilla Hebrew with the R marker, which is most likely M269, and Yacoba and his twin, his evil twin, they themselves descend from Europeans. We've done the shows. We showed you the empirical data. I don't know Chris Harris's DNA, but maybe one day he'll be man enough to share that information. And, we'll see. He might be European as well. A lot of you pro-blackites are European paternally, man. Like, this is so funny and so telling. So, I want to throw everybody in this hibachi cookout. Shout out to my brother Safiq. Because I believe all three of these people are pseudo, all three of these people are racist, and all three of these people do nothing to support education or the upward mobility of the people they claim to be backing. It's just a bunch of appeal to emotions. Oh, white people did us bad, so why would we follow the religion? It's not your choice. Here's something for the Afrocentrics out there, like Chris Harris, the dilettante. Majority of African Americans are religious. Even Chris Harris is religious, right? But his dogma, his doctrinaire ways are anti-Christian or whatnot, anti-Israelite, and this pro-West. Y'all done turned this ideology into religion because you make it seem like it's a sin to abide by Christianity or follow, subscribe to Christianity. It's a sin to go to Judaism, Islam, anything. And, it's basically like an anti-idol law or something you guys are supporting. You guys are very much so religious. I don't see any difference between people like Chris Harris, Gorilla Hebrew, and Yacoba, and even the brothers in the iBoat movement. It's the same dogmatic talking points. No one wants to deal with the nitty gritty. No one wants to establish things with facts. Remember what a theory is. A theory is an interpretation of facts. No one wants to do that way. They want to go off of their gut feeling or how their emotions is. How could you follow something that white people are part of? All of them are saying this. How could you say those people in the land are real Jews? You know how I can say that? It's because the vessels that were found, the skeletal remains that were exhumed, and the genetic sequences that were exhumed verify that those people have been in that land for thousands of years. Many of these people that you guys designate as Khazars exist in the Levant prior to there was ever a Khazar walking the planet. They were already in the Levant. I'm talking about those with the JP58. They were already there. 2500 BC onward. Khazar is a common era kingdom that comes about around the 8th century in the common era. See, what we're dealing with is a lot of pseudo and confabulations from these religious organizations or YouTubers like Chris Harris, because I put them in the same hat. You're upset because you have this racist, racial typological ideology that anything coming from a white person is false, and everything coming from black people is true, spiritual, and legit. You're not judging people based on their character. You're judging them based on how they look. And I thought we fought to get away from that. I thought MLK, I thought all of the political fighters back then were trying to get away from that way of living and mode of thinking. racial typological thinking. Don't you know that our ancestors fought against that? Thank you, LeBron. Well said. Nobody's more religiously dogmatic than pro-blacks. That's a fact. That is a fact, man. I thought we fought for equality in this country. I thought the whole purpose was to get away from this era of judging people solely on how they look. Didn't not MLK say judge me according to the content of my character, not the skin of my color? I mean the color of my skin, excuse me. Y'all want to bring this back into the Jim Crow era. Recidivism, right? You're trying to bring us back to the Stone Age. I thought the whole purpose of this was to advance, uplift, edify. Edify means to build. Edify, how you say it in Spanish? Edificio, right? A building or to build. That's what, the PIE root comes from that word, to build. I'm not building anything. All you guys are doing is creating a racial schema and propping up racism. What are you guys doing for the political scene? What are you guys doing for the educational scene? What about the job field? What are you guys? No, I was a part of a congregation known as IUIC, and every year that I was a member and contributed to building the Dallas camp, I can say with 100% confidence that what we established did nothing. It did nothing for the familial structure of Black Americans. It did nothing for education. It did nothing for job placement. The three fields that matter the most, Afrocentrics, BHIs, ABOs, do absolutely nothing to contribute to any upward mobility in any of those fields. But for some reason, you guys, you like the spectacle. Oh, there's a white woman laying on the ground and Sakari put their foot on top of her. And y'all praising stuff like that. What does that do for us? Nothing. You going out there yelling at random white Europeans, which are your relatives. Some of you guys are related to them, and condemning them into slavery and saying that kids can go into slavery. What does that do? Nothing. At the end of the day, Black Americans are for the most part derelict, right? At the bottom, you guys do nothing but speak from your fucking feelings and promote and prop up racism. Right, D-Ray, that shit don't do nothing for us. It's all a damn clown show, man. All of y'all. That's why I put all y'all in the same category. ABOs, BHIs, Afrocentrics. You all are cooking in the same pot, man. You all are recipes of the same damn meal. It's just a bunch of lip service. That's all it is. There's no difference. Then you want to get mad at Christians. Well, at least we can look at the Christian church and say, hey, the Christian church give out, meals. The Christian church give out scholarships. Christian church have a hospital. Christian churches pay for bills. They pay bills for, people living in, in the projects or for people that are going through hard times. They do that. Men council, women council, free daycare. What are you doing? You take your ass every Saturday downtown, you understand? Probably on Lamar in the West End in Dallas, if you're down there, and you yelling and cussing white people out. Get the fuck out of here. You guys are frauds. Every single one of y'all. Chris Harris is on the panel talking about I can't really trust the judgment of this white person here. Yeah, I can't really trust. What do you mean you can't trust? Because you fucking white? And the nerve of you, you were one of the most slimiest people in the community. One of the most disingenuous persons I know that probably descends from a European yourself. The jury's out to lunch on that. You said on, Chris Harris said on Sana's Live that he haven't lost in 8 years. Like we forgot last year you got beat up by T-Duck. He beat you so goddamn bad. The judges said you lost. And then you got mad at SolarVision and threw your fucking trophies away and told SolarVision, fuck your league, fuck your debates. You thought we was going to forget that? So you lied. But you want to tell this person just because he's ostensibly, Europeoid, phenotypically, that, I just tell you I can't trust you. Trust him for what? I bet you trust that bank teller when they cash your damn check. You trust the people that's behind your water and lights. You trust them, right? That when you submit that payment, they're going to keep your damn lights on and your water is going to be flowing. You trust your goddamn landlord, which is probably somebody that's white. If you're taking public transportation, you trust that motherfucker. Do you use that same logic in your day-to-day life? No, you don't. This is all we tell you guys. You guys are faking and perpetrating a fraud, man. You guys are fake as fuck. Saturday, you cussing white people out downtown in Dallas, at the West End. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you're from Dallas, the West End, that's where we used to go. You cussing them the hell out and telling them that they're going to go to slavery. Monday, you're clocking in, working for a white manager, working with your white, your white coworkers. Right? I bet you when the government was giving out them stimmies, you was trusting white people then. You people are full of shit. Every single one of y'all. Every single one of y'all, man. You guys just want to push racism. Right. You got people don't believe in marriage licenses, but got driver licenses and social security cards. And the minute you go and purchase an item, you paying taxes. All they got to do is prove that you had paid taxes at that corner store. Now you got to owe back taxes for you people trying to do the tax evasion. You guys are driving our people into a situation that's worse than they were in before. Because before we dealing with poverty, literacy, and stuff of that nature, now you want to deal with you want to put us into the criminal aspect, right? Y'all want to drive our people into the criminal aspect. Now they got charges, right? When Black Lives Matter was going on, and George Floyd got killed, y'all was agitating the black youth and encouraging them to go downtown and throw bricks and burn buildings down. And then when they got locked up, you guys got on here playing the Afrocentric card. Oh, they're being persecuted because they're black. How about how about you stop giving advice to black people? Because every time you give advice to black Americans, we suffer. Every time you open your goddamn mouth, we suffer. Tariq Nasheed said from 20 to 30, here's another Afrocentric. You should be fucking everything that's moving and get it out your system. So by 30, then you're ready to settle down and get married. Okay, but by that time, the damage has been done. He had created babies that he's not taking care of, right? These women feel like fucking whores. They don't feel like wives, right? You've turned these motherfuckers into murder mommies. The damage has been done. Your advice is fucking us. Stop helping us. We don't want you. This is what we got to start saying. We don't want your fucking help from these religious organizations, you black Hebrew Israelites, you Afrocentrics. Every time you help, you destroy. Your help hinders us. A lot of you motherfuckers are degenerate. You deserve a 45 pointed at your fucking skull, man. That's what you deserve. The firing squad. Only thing you can do is support and prop up degeneracy, racism, degeneracy. That's redneck culture. It didn't help the rednecks, and it damn sure ain't gonna help us. Oh, white people are so evil to us, the white people. It won't say a goddamn thing about the crimes that are committed to our women and our children on a day-to-day fucking basis. Because that's the norm. Because as long as a black man's behind the trigger, I don't care if you're a nigga. That's just how it goes. Y'all don't give a damn. You don't care. Agents of destruction. That's what you are. That's why you would say don't get a marriage license. That's why you tell people that nonsense. Oh, the white man trying to control who you in love with. No, that marriage license is a security blanket for these women out here screwing you, right? That's what it is. It's really a security blanket. Y'all trying to remove that security blanket so y'all can be like, oh, as soon as I get upset, as soon as the road get a little rocky, I can leave this bitch behind and treat her like the bitch she is. That's how y'all look at our women. The black woman is a bitch in your eyes. That's all she will ever be. That's how you gonna treat her. That's how you treat her. A piece of fucking pussy. That's it. And that's what you promote, and that's what you push. And I'm talking to you Afrocentrics, you Black Hebrew Israelites, you Abos, all y'all push the same fucking thing. All right, man. Let me get to this, man. Let me get to this video. You know, I can rant for 3 hours straight about this. Right. Black men are killing black women every 4.5 hours. All right. Yeah. Co-leader. He cussed too much, even though I cuss every day, not on camera. Even though everything he's saying is true, we shouldn't listen to him. No, y'all don't want people listening to what we say over here because we deal with empirical reality. And you people don't deal with that. Y'all deal with fucking Disney. Okay? You guys are Pixar. Right? You guys are Cartoon Network, Ed, and Eddie. That's what you guys are. Courage the Cowardly Dog. You guys are Cartoon Network, man. And we deal with reality. That's why we discuss DNA. Y'all trying to meander your way around empirical facts. Like the video we're about to watch. It's a cult that's trying to tell you guys that Israel is in Africa when all the evidence points to Israel being north of Egypt, being in the Levantine region. All of the evidence. But you got this racist cult that thinks, oh, if I place the Levant, if I place Israel in Africa, that will automatically make everybody in Israel black. That's the thinking. That's the racial typological thinking right there. If I say it's in Africa, then that automatically makes the inhabitants black. Because, you know, Africa equals black. Everything else equals white. This is how these people think. Right? Yeah, they hate actual factuals, man. That's a fact, man. They hate facts, man. Yeah, I dropped the link, man. I just want to talk to the people real quick. I got to get up early in the morning, so I want to be very efficient with this video. Very efficient. All right. We're done with trying to protect the negative traits of these people. Wait, hold on, sweetie. Please tell me you are fibbing right now, brother. Please tell me you are pulling my leg. Who is saying the United States is in Madagascar? Who? Point them out, man. Point to the individuals that are teaching that the United States is in Madagascar. Please. Yeah, that's right, Mari. That is a stat dealing with the intimate partner violence. Most of the time, the people that are killing them are their intimate partners, which are most likely Black American men. You know, we can't shy away from the facts. It is what it is. We got to fight the people that's doing that. We're not fighting against the people that's doing that. We're too busy out there on the street corner saying the white man's the devil. The white man's going out to get us. He's plotting to kill every single one of us. Right? Because the white man in their eyes is omnipotent, omnipresent, all powerful, all knowing. That's how they view the white man. You don't know that you have made these people into gods. And rarely, you'd be hard pressed to hear a BHI talk about self-reliability. You'll never hear them say that, man. You'll be hard pressed. Self-accountability. You'll be hard pressed. Why? Oh, everything's about the curse. We only going through this because of curse. No, you're going through those trials and tribulations because you don't want to get your ass up and go to work. Let's talk about it. That's why you're all over the internet telling people if you got a job, you a slave. And then you got the entrepreneur movement, which is so pseudo. You understand? First of all, to be an entrepreneur, you're going to have employees. But wait a minute, you don't believe being an employee, right? Because employee means a slave. Dumbasses. Oh man, Low Avenue, y'all pouring out with it. And the man, listen, it's folks that say Israel is in Minnesota somewhere in the Midwest. And then I heard the Abos say some stuff like that. I done heard Peru. I done heard Texas. I done heard all type of crazy stuff, man. Egypt is in the the Grand Canyon, and they always use the fallacy of saying, "Oh, they lying to us. They trying to hide information from us, just so they can lie to us and distort information." Oh, I'm glad you said that, Barry. I'm glad you said this right here. You know how disgusting and sick I was when I turned on my computer and looked on YouTube and seen Black people outraged that Roe v. Wade was overturned. Roe v. Wade was overturned, pissed so many Black YouTubers off, so many influencers off. I'm like, yeah, most of you niggas is liberal as hell. Most of you niggas are on the left. Most of you niggas are for the downfall of Black Americans and not for the upliftment of Black Americans. It's evident. It's evident. You same niggas that say Black Lives Matter, all on the streets, are the same ones promoting the death of Black American youth. You don't even want our children to be fucking born. Oh, she should have a choice. It's her body. Oh, okay, why does the choice start when you get pregnant? Why doesn't the choice start with, you having sex? Why doesn't it start there? Yeah, you had a choice to have sex. And you ended up having unprotected sex. And you ended up getting impregnated. And then y'all want to go as far as to say it's the taxpayer's duty to pay for that? No, I don't support that. Why should I have to pay for that? More people died, more Black Americans died via abortion than anything else. Thank you, D-Red. The choice starts before the sex. Your body, your choice. You should have been saying that before you let Lil Ricky stick his dick in you. Right? Lil Ricky stuck his dick in you, and now you want to be reactionary. He don't want me, I'm going to kill the baby, or I can't take care of this baby myself, and blah, blah, blah. All these excuses. How about you think like that before you get pregnant? Oh, you a bigot. You a bigot. Coming from the people that's trying to push abortion down our throat because they're making billions of dollars off of it. This is not rocket science. There's an industry that's making billions of dollars off of our demise, right? And the government is saying, you know what, let's put it into the state's hands. Whatever state outlaws it. Whatever state enforces it, they enforce it. Of course, you're going to have people that's a part of that camp that's making all this money push against that. Make media rallies against that. You digging into their pockets. They don't give a fuck about y'all. It's all about that almighty dollar at the end of the day, man. Right? Oh, but then now y'all don't want to hear that. But y'all all the time, oh, it was a conspiracy against. That's an actual conspiracy, a confirmed one. These people care about that fucking money, man. What y'all do? Oh, we should just keep doing that. And this is why I always tell people, if you don't like it, just keep doing what you're doing. You don't like what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing since it's working so fucking well for us. We do not own, not even that. The amount of wealth that we own in this country is pretty much negligible. Black Americans. You can't say it's a curse like y'all trying to say, because Jamaicans come over here and do better than us. They have more wealth in their households than us. Caribbean blacks fare better than Black Americans do when they come to the Americas. What's the main driving force of that? Culture. Maybe because they grew up in a culture that did not cultivate the negative behaviors and traits that we cultivate here, like the rednecks of the past. All right, let me let my brother up, man. You know, y'all know I can go 3 hours dealing with you idiots, you dilettantes. You understand that pretty much support the destruction of Black Americans and not the upliftment. That's a fact, Mari. Black men don't want Black women to have boundaries and expectations and vet. Yeah, because they want to have access to the most amount of pussy that they can get. Go to the barbershops. That's all you niggas talk about. How many bitches y'all done laid. How many bitches y'all done laid and sprayed, man. That's it. That's your life goal. To reach that number, that magical number. You don't hear nobody talking about making, families like that. That's not even in the conversation. It's just all about, slanging dick, man. That's it. That's not conducive for a fucking family. And you hear Black Hebrew Israelites talking just like these people that you hear at the barbershop, but want to claim that they for the people though. And then you got Hispanics in your camps. Ask them, do they family play that shit? They don't. They fucking don't. Let me let the savant from the Levant up. What's going on, Ivory?
Shalom, shalom. Saw the title, saw the live go up. It looks like we're about to attack some pseudos, but also sounds like we're also talking about the Black community, which, does need to be talked about. So let's get it in.
Yeah, man. I'm just, letting it all out because there's a lot of idiocy out here. Black Hebrew Israelites, abos, Afrocentrics, all the same. Like they all the same. They advocate things that are destructive to Black people and are not constructive, which is the irony. Like racism does not help Black people at all. Promoting racist ideology does not help Black people at all. In any shape or form.
No, it just makes it just makes folks people, it just makes people see that we're man, I can get deep into it too. I don't know if I want to. But yeah, us being racist is just going to make us look bad. It's just going to make us look like we are the racist ones.
Right? They're gonna say,
It'll make us look really bad.
Like the old saying, you can't take them niggas nowhere. Like you got to be able to build with other peoples. Like you can't be, we need to just focus on, what Black Americans don't have shit. How you gonna just be insular? That's just all be insular and don't deal with any other nation, no other race, no other tribe, no nothing. We just isolate ourselves. We would die. if I had to depend on just quote unquote Black Americans in the state that we're in today, I wouldn't be able to, properly feed myself nor my family. I'd probably, be hard pressed to find employment or a clientele or a customer base. And that's just sad. Like we just have to say it like that. And you have to acknowledge that first instead of trying to gloss over everything, act like everything's hunky-dory, when no, actually we're in shambles. It's really a waste field, right? It's like the nuclear fallout with us, right? Let me let my brother D Red up. Red, D Red, you on air? Are you there? Your background louder than you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, hold on.
All right, while he getting that together, let me put this video up. I went on my little rant session, but we're gonna talk about this real quick, Avery. This look familiar?
Oh, that do look familiar. Undeniable proof that Africa is the Holy Land.
The whole continent.
The whole continent. All right. Does that include Madagascar?
You know what's funny about this video is you would think like if a pasty white man from Poland was to make the same claim about Europe, I guarantee you Tariq Nasheed, what's the other guy, the African prince? What's his name? Damn, what's his name? He calls himself the African Prince. I can't think of his name right now. His name
Bro, you know that it's all the evidence that they're going to use to prove that Israel is in Africa is going to come from white people anyways. All their maps come from white people maps way back in the 18th century, 19th century, stuff like that.
Yeah, man. What's the guy that's on all the memes? What's the brother that's on all the memes? Dang, what's that dude name? Umar Johnson, Tariq Nasheed, and they would all get on, and all the other Afrocentrics, Sinetta, all of them would get together and say, this racist white man is claiming that Europe is the Holy Land, blah blah blah. Like they will make make hit pieces, man. And decry that information and say that guy's racist, his hate speech. They will say everything negative about that. But they go around and try to say undeniable proof that Africa is the Holy Land. And if I point out on this channel that this is all race-based, it's basically rooted in Jim Crow, it's rooted in the racial schema that was taught to us, that was used against us and weaponized against us, these people will get mad at me. They'll get upset with me. But this racial typological thinking has to go. That's why I love genetics, because it pretty much gets rid of all of this faulty thinking.
You know, it's kind of funny. Teo and them love to use the argument, oh, you're saying haplogroup E is Israel. If you make E Israel, you're saying everybody in Africa is Israel. Well, you're putting the whole land of Israel in Africa. So what's the issue with the haplogroups? At least E1B1A is actually there. G is nowhere present in Africa.
They double speak because here's the thing.
They love to double speak. Bait and switch, bro. Go ahead.
They know that ain't no haplogroup G in great numbers or play a great role in Africa. You understand? All of this is just jealousy. They know when it comes to sub-Saharan Africa, it is dominated by E1B1A.
And that's why they have to eradicate haplogroup science and just DNA science altogether.
Exactly.
Remember this, Teo. I know that they're watching and their followers are watching. They got G. G is nowhere present in Africa. They're claiming that the land of Israel is in Africa. Their forefathers were never there. Remember, haplogroups are sex-determining chromosomes passed down from father to son. G was never present in any of the places that they're claiming the land of Israel is, which is in Africa. And also, again, got to recap, bait and switch. They try to get onto us about, making Israel. And if we make Israel, all the continent, all the people in Africa are Israelites. Well, they're basically doing that. So, but go ahead.
Yeah, before we start this video, just let the audience know that you can go to discoverfamilytreedna.com, discover.familytreedna.com, and you can type in any clade and see where it has a high ancient prevalence at, right? By going to the migration map. We see G start here in this red circle here. This is not in Africa. This is where G gets his inception from, right here. And you can clearly see it plays a major role.
You might need to zoom in a little bit.
Let me see if I blow this up a little bit. As you guys can see, look, haplogroup G plays a major role. Look at that, Poland, 4341 BCE, 4100 BCE. That's almost 6,000 years before present. You don't see none of this you don't even see it in North Africa, really. In ancient times, you don't even see it. Macedonia, 4500 BCE, about 6,500 years ago, in the country of Greece.
Also, if you type in YFull, F-U-L-L, YFull.com, it shows the distribution of haplogroup G. And it's pretty much in Eurasia, not in Africa, where the promised land is supposed to be, according to them.
You have them here in Algeria, more present time in the Common Era, 50 to 200 CE, but anciently, these people are primarily up here. We know the Bantus have been in Africa at least since 800 BCE. We have absolute archaeological proof of that.
About 3,000 years.
Right. And they want to get mad at Jews. Let me watch this. Hold on. We're going to get to the video. Give me a minute. I promise you I won't hold y'all up too long. I got to get up very early, right? So watch this. They say, oh, y'all making those people the people of the book. The people don't. They are. They were from that region. Look, JP58. Let me go to. I'm going to piss these guys off, but I don't care. I am the head chairman of the I Don't Give a Damn committee. So look, where do you see this primarily at? I'll get mad all you want. Where do you see this primarily at? Egyptian mommy having the J1 downstream marker, right? Israel, Ashkelon. Look, you notice they put Israel here in the Levant, not somewhere down in South Africa somewhere.
Yeah, maybe I have to use simple Google, type in Israel and see what pops up. That's probably Canaanite sample.
Another one, look,
1400 BC. That's definitely a Canaanite.
Yeah. So they were definitely concentrated in this region, man.
What's that one in I think there's one in Italy. What is it?
Yeah, there's one over here. Common
Era.
Era.
That's Common Era. Okay. I was just wondering what it would be.
What's the other one up here?
That's in like Scandinavia.
Yeah, Common Era too. 1400.
That's probably a Jew or something.
Look, you see this big circle? The circle represents where they think the origin of J was. Right. And we know we place it in the Transcaucasus. And then it makes its way down.
Northern
but the point is, they have more to do with the Levant than haplogroup G does. And you guys are getting upset that we're saying, hey, they were a part of the original Jewish cluster. You guys are upset at that. It's the truth.
sojourners. We're saying that they'll be
Sojourners, right.
sojourners.
Judges chapter 3, verse 5. Right?
Yep.
Let me get that. Judges.
I think Judges chapter 1 as well.
Judges 3 and 5. Right? Somebody left a comment on one of my videos saying, oh, they never go in the scriptures. We do go in the scriptures. We just don't play with the scriptures like y'all do. Yeah, see, y'all go in the scripture and say something that's not even based off the biblical understanding, something that you made up off like, all Israelites are black. They're part of the black race. That's not a concept in the Bible. That's something you made up. So Judges 3 and 5 here. You know what I'm saying? You adopted that way of thinking from Germans.
Well, they are related to Germans, so you know.
Haplogroup G for German, man. It says here, so the people of Israel lived among the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. Let me get this. I want to get the let me get the whole chapter right here.
By the way, we can't see it when you clicked it.
Oh, okay, hold on.
You're trying to find that verse where it talks about the Israelites gave their daughters and sons to the Canaanites and the Canaanites vice versa.
I got it. Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, right here it says, so the people of Israel lived among the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites, and they intermarried with them. Israelite sons married their daughters, and Israelite daughters were given in marriage to their sons, and the Israelites served their gods. Can y'all see that?
No.
Oh, my bad. Hold on. I don't know what's going on. Let me put this on the screen so y'all can see it, because then they're going to be like, see, they lying. That ain't in the Bible. How about now?
No, I can see it now. Yeah.
Y'all see that right there? It says, and they intermarried with them. Israelite sons married their daughters, and Israelite daughters were given in marriage to their sons, and the Israelites served their gods. So y'all just go to Deuteronomy 7 and say they were not supposed to do it. Yeah, they were not supposed to do it, but they did it. They did it. That's the point.
But you know what they're going to say, right? Oh, the Canaanites were black.
Oh, man, we got to go through that whole rigmarole.
No, we'll wait till somebody says it, and then we'll.
But real quick, just in case someone does say it, we always go here. Same coloration. Hold on. Canaanites.
I mean, just look up the way the Egyptians depicted the Asiatics and Canaan.
The white man came in there and altered all those pictures. So the white man comes in and alters all these pictures and make it look white when it fits your agenda. But when they do depict Hittites as being black, that's not an alteration. Like, you guys are full of sugar honey iced tea, man. Watch this. Coloration. Modern Lebanese. Let me find this article. And somebody's like, oh, see, man, you biased. You just go off of information. Like, so I'm biased because I go off empirical data. But you're non-biased.
No, you go off the white man's data.
But you're
and by the way, Israel isn't in the Levant. Levant's a fake place that was created in 1948.
Yeah, that sounds pretty biased. That sounds like a preconceived notion that you contrived and forged in your brain and trying to force on everybody. Meanwhile,
nah, brother, you just need to open up your third eye.
My pineal gland. I gotta open up my pineal gland. See, the book of Genesis talks about the pineal gland, brother, when it says pineal, a pineal. All that pseudo nonsense, man. But that's not bias. That's true scholarship in their eyes. Right? Pontificating is true scholarship in their eyes. Let me see if I can find this. This is the article. Let's
yes,
see.
brother. Just brother, you are with that jive, brother.
Where is this at, man? Lebanese. Let me see. Did I get the right article?
It's the Lebanese one, but you can pull up the actual paper because it says it in the paper.
Yeah, it says they
Those
have
are
the
both
same
articles.
color as the here it is right here. The findings reveal broad overlap between Canaanite genetics and the sequence of modern day people from Lebanon. Researchers even found some ancient gene variation that suggested the Canaanites probably had similar coloration in skin, eyes, and hair as Lebanese people do today.
Nah, brother, all them light-skinned people in the Middle East are actually Turks. They're Ottomans.
Yeah, they got there in the common era, right? Yeah, see, us bringing information out like this out is like that's not acceptable to them. You can't submit that to them. But somebody going out there like Tahar and telling people that the 2000 prophecy that the world gonna end in 2000, that was legit because remember he got that from the spirit. The 12 tribes chart, even though it's pretty much pseudo and confabulation, that's legit, right? Saying that Israel is in Africa, even though all of the archaeology and anthropology points to Israel being in the Levant. No, that's you can't submit that. That's not good enough, right? But some random person on the internet just forging things in their brain, in their mind, that's 100% accurate. You guys are full of shit, man. All of you. But the point is, these people mix with people that you would call white.
And some of these niggas need to never watch YouTube ever again, man.
You said they should not watch YouTube ever again.
They should, nah, man, because what happens with this YouTube shit, nah, because what happens is with this YouTube shit, these motherfuckers will believe everything these motherfuckers say, and they don't really do no research on the origin of the concepts and thought processes that they espousing. You know what I'm saying? So what ends up happening is they just talking. You know what I'm saying? So if you just gonna take somebody talking point and run with it like it's like that's just a fact, then you don't need to watch YouTube, man.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody want to do their homework. And stop using the continent of Africa as a force field. Like, as soon as you walk through it, you turn black. And as soon as you soon as you leave it, as soon as you go through the Suez Canal, you go above that, you go into the what you call that, the Syro Palestine Rift. As soon as you enter into that area, let me get a map to show y'all. You turn white. Hold on, let me show y'all real quick. Syro Palestinian Rift.
No, that's what they believe. What they believe is once you get to the Dead Sea transform, you turn white. because Israel is black. Remember, so as soon as you get to the Dead Sea transform, you turn white.
Look, man, look at this map, man. Look, they believe when you get here, if y'all can see this, when you cross to here, this where it say Jordan Rift Valley, when you get here, right? You go into what's called Palestine and Levant, you turn white when you get here. Boom. But if you walk past this border here, as soon as you get into Africa, into Egypt, Jabari, you turn black. That's how y'all think. You think wherever you find people here, black, they're all black. And you find people in the Jordan Rift Valley and the Levant, they're all white. That's fucking pseudo, man. That's pseudo. That's how you niggas think, man. Let me get to this video though. Hey, real talk, Ramon. Oceanic people are Israelites too. Their skin is too dark. Yep. Praise Jesus.
And
All right, watch this.
woolly hair and panathanisms.
Hey, and that's the thing, like just like Black Hebrew Israelites claim that we're them and they are us, we're all the same. Afrocentrics said the same thing for years. That Melanesians, Pacific Islanders, they're all our people.
Africans that left, you know.
All right, let's play this video.
If you don't mind, you can turn up the speed like 1.
All right, hold on.
If it's too fast, we can go back to normal.
Salama family, Salama, how y'all doing today? Hope you're blessed and highly favored. So this is probably going to be my last show unless there's something crazy that comes out information-wise about Israel, the true land of Israel and Jerusalem.
Fair use.
So as a note, I am going to share with you my thoughts, right? I'm going to share with you what I see, as I always do. For some reason, people think they got to convince me of something. You don't have to convince me of anything. I'm either going to be convinced or I'm not going to be convinced. So, one thing I don't say usually, and I'm going to say it right now, I am 100% convinced that Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, is the land of Israel. I am. I'm not talking about you. I am 100%.
Whoa. Ivry.
Yeah, it's a big statement right there.
All of sub-Saharan. Hold on. Let's pull a map up because we got
All
to
of
show people.
sub-Saharan Africa. He's 100% convinced that all of sub-Saharan Africa is the land of Israel. 100% convinced. It's a pretty bold statement. I wonder if he'll hold up in the court of law.
He must be on that good cushion, that alcohol. Hold on real quick. We can't look, man. We ain't getting through this video. He already starting, bro. We not making through this video. We are so
it might be a 2-parter. It might be.
So this is sub-Saharan Africa here. Think about that. All but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 countries.
So leaving out just Morocco, Algeria, Libya, and Egypt. That's it.
Where's the
land of Ham though? I don't get it. Where's Ham? Where's Ham's land?
Doesn't Israel have people below it?
Right. And where's the land of Ham? I mean, is Israel in the land of Ham? Wait, no, they actually might go with the whole idea. Well, the Canaanites and Israel, that might be what they're going to try to pull, actually.
The land of Canaan is actually sub-Saharan Africa.
Yeah, that's what they're going to have to say because Israel took over the land of the Canaanites, unless they're just going to pass over those, verses.
Okay, Yacoba, show us the writing system that they use to document this, because the Bible is purported to be a written tradition, right? So where in sub-Saharan Africa were they writing 3,000 years ago?
Right. That is the one thing I was kind of wondering, because I'm like, so in their idea, are they basically saying that sub-Saharan Africans wrote the Old and New Testaments? Like, we wrote the book of Esther, which is about, a Israelite woman going to the Persian king and rising to power. So that happened in sub-Saharan Africa. The story of, the siege of Lachish by the Assyrians, like all of this is being recorded by sub-Saharan Africans. And these events are happening in sub-Saharan Africa. Like, I gotta have more. There's just so much I got so many questions.
Look, man,
what other famous battles? Like, and we're writing this? Like, who had, all right, so is it every single sub-Saharan African writing the Old and New Testament, or is it certain tribes writing the Old and New Testament? Who are those tribes? Where are the books that they have, like ancient books that go back to the period in which these people have existed? Like, if you go with the idea of Moses writing the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, like, where is all this taking place, and where are the ancient manuscripts that should go back at least 3,000 to 4,000 years ago? Like, so many questions. I'm sorry for taking up that.
So Proto-Sinaitic comes from sub-Saharan Africa, not the Sinai.
Bro, I don't know. That's why I got questions, bro. Proto-Sinaitic, does it come from the Sinai Peninsula, or does it come from sub-Saharan Africa? Why is it called Sinaitic if it's from sub-Saharan Africa. So many questions.
It is such a big area. Israel is big as hell.
Massive, bro. Like, how are we supposed to? That's why I'm wondering, like, who is writing the Old and New Testament? Like, when the Romans came and destroyed Jerusalem, like, and Pontius Pilate and the story of Yeshua, Jesus, because Teotw and them believe in the New Testament. So, like, is all of this the Pharisees and the Sadducees? Are there Pharisees and Sadducees in sub-Saharan Africa? I don't.
Right. Where did they find Caiaphas's what do you call it? The box they were buried in? Ossuary. Where did they find it? Did they find his ossuary in sub-Saharan Africa somewhere? Was his ossuary found in Cameroon? Was it found in the Congo?
And how about, when Jesus or Yeshua died on Golgotha, sorry for the mispronunciation. Where is that? Where are all the crucifixes? Because Romans were notorious for killing people with crucifixion. Where are all the crucifixes? When the Romans were crucifying, Yeshua and those two other men that were with him. Like,
yeah, look.
That was crazy. You know what's crazy? The fucking the Romans never even made it past motherfucking Nubia. They never made it past Nubia. The woman, the queen of Nubia, she stopped the Romans in the dead motherfucking tracks when they tried to come down to Ethiopia, Nubia area.
don't tell them that.
They have a problem trying to make Southern Africa Israel because it ain't gonna work.
That is the question. What are they trying to make? You said Southern Africa, Red?
So Garfield was right. The sub-Saharan Africans, like, we were in sub-Saharan Africa forever. Then we never left.
Some of them are saying Southern Africa.
Yeah, that's true. Garfield is right. We never left Africa because Africa is the. Why people are saying this though? I kind of get why they're saying this. They don't see themselves in the Levant. They don't see how it's possible our ancestors were there. That's the whole reason for this type of rhetoric. They think it's easier to just say, hey, Israel's in Africa, there, instead of try to find the evidence of our ancestors being in the Levant. And there is evidence of our ancestors being in the Levant. There's plenty of evidence. You just got to take the time to look into it. That's my opinion, at least. They just don't see us fitting there.
Hey, I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna get around all this archaeological evidence.
Yeah, especially with the New Testament. Like, that's mainly dealing with Rome, the New Testament. I mean, even the Old Testament would be hard to explain things like Assyria conquering the northern and southern kingdom. Like, did the Assyrians march all the way into Nigeria?
Look what it says. It is believed to have been taken from a burial site in the valley of Elah in Judea. It didn't say Cameroon. It didn't say in Ghana. It didn't say that. It said in Judea. This was found in Levant. In Rashun, what was just posed here.
They lying to you, brother. That's because they lying to you, brother.
They didn't find it there. They found it in the Congo. They found it in the savannah some damn where. That's where they found it. Rashul says, so we're going to just dismiss all the sub-Saharan African migration stories are coming
brother,
from the north.
They found it somewhere else and they put it in the ground over there and they redug it up.
They redug it. Oh, man. All right, so we can't listen to this website because they're going to say, oh, that's just the devil trying to trick you. Right? Even though they got the damn artifact, they tell you where they found it at. We can't talk about that, man. But we can listen to you with this fairy tale stuff on your channel. But yeah, that's right, Rashun. They disregard all the oral testimony, just like Garfield did. They disregard all the oral testimony too. So I said these guys are all starting to sound the same, right? Check it out. Now remember, the title is Undeniable Proof that Africa is the Holy Land. That I don't know what his proof is. I guess just him saying the shit is proof.
100% convinced. I don't say that usually. I'm 99.9% convinced that Jerusalem is in Ethiopia.
He's going for Ethiopia, Jerusalem,
or Africa, just for the margin of error. So all of those who disagree with me, please don't send me emails, and you could do videos all you want on that's your channel, but please don't send me emails. I don't care if you agree or not. It's my opinion. All right.
So
So
wait a minute,
before we
wait
get
a minute, wait a
started,
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
had a
Hold
video
on, bro.
yesterday.
Hold on. We not getting through this video, Avery.
We're going to address that comment or what he just
The
said.
brother said
what Teo just said.
Jerusalem is in
Ethiopia?
And he said he's 99.99% sure that that's the case.
Bro, I was just about to make a joke. I know where he's getting this from, but I ain't gonna say who.
Oh my God, man.
Oh man. A lot of people seem to believe that though.
You know what's funny about like when people look at these East African places, you know, a lot of East Africans got, you know, a considerable amount of European and Eurasian haplogroups amongst them.
Yeah, they're genetically nothing like us. I mean, you can even tell the way they look. They're nothing like you can look at an Ethiopian and tell that they're not a Nigerian. Let me just put it that way.
Right, hold on. Let me get it real quick.
They have a very particular phenotype because of their genetic admixture for the past 3,000, 4,000 years. To me, they look like dark-skinned Arabs. They got the Armenoid phenotype. A lot of those East Africans got a hooked nose and dark skin and curly hair. Yeah,
man, we're gonna be stopping this video every 5 seconds. Golly, this is just terrible.
And if Jerusalem is in Ethiopia, then there must be saying that the kingdom of Judah is in Ethiopia. So really the Ethiopians would be Judah, not us. Because we're in West and Central Africa.
I'm glad you said that. So the North, they said all Israel is sub-Saharan Africa. You know, that's how I interpreted what he said. In Ethiopia, according to Teotw or Yacoba, whatever the hell his name is, it's Jerusalem. So that would mean the southern kingdom is in Ethiopia. So
right.
Where's the northern kingdom at?
They have to say Sudan.
They will have to say the Sudan.
I mean, it's north of Ethiopia. They'll have
That's
to.
the only way to make it make sense. They can't say they can't go and say South Africa is the northern kingdom. That don't make no damn sense.
Whoa. But let's back this up even further. We know that when Abraham came from Ur of the Chaldees, he traveled to Canaan. And then he went into Egypt. And it says that he went south, which is the Negev. So where is Ur of the Chaldees? How is he going to go through the land of Canaan? Ethiopia is supposed to be the land of Canaan because Israel took over the land of Canaan. So how is Abraham getting from Ur of the Chaldees through the land of Canaan, which is in Ethiopia, into Egypt, and then how is this? You get what I'm saying, right?
Is the story of Jonah true? Because Jonah, he sailed from a close proximity of Israel to where did he go? Did he go?
He went to Tarshish, Spain. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah, most people say Tarshish is Spain. So, but he left from a seaport in Israel to Spain. This is obviously talking about a land that's connected to the Mediterranean, right?
Right.
How the hell how can you even fit sub-Saharan Africa into that plot line?
And then he went to Nineveh. So where's Nineveh? Where's Babylon?
Yeah, he went to Nineveh. Oh man, he went to Nineveh because he was trying to go to
He
Tarshish.
sailed around Africa. He sailed around Africa.
He circumnavigated.
Lord, first.
He circumnavigated Africa and made it all the way to Nineveh.
Where is Nineveh? I would love to know all the. I would love to know all the biblical locations. In
No,
Africa.
but there's other theories that say that he created the Suez Canal.
Who,
Who?
Jonah?
Uh, Jonah.
Yeah, Jonah. I guess Jonah made the Suez Canal. No,
Yeah, Jonah created the Suez. It was a Jonah Strait.
The Jonah
Jonah
Strait.
Strait. No, bro, say it ain't so,
Straits
man.
of Jonah.
Look right here. It says researchers from Cambridge University extracted DNA from a 4,500-year-old Ethiopian skull. That is how now confirmed it. That has now confirmed a massive wave of migrations from Eurasia into Africa about 3,000 years ago. That means a huge migratory wave of West Eurasia into the Horn of Africa had a genetic impact on modern populations right across the African continent, with 25% of the DNA of modern Africans can be traced back to this event.
Yeah.
Every single population for which we have data in Africa has a sizable component of Eurasian ancestry, said Dr. Andrea Manica from the University of Cambridge, who carried out the research. So I'm not going to go into this too deeply, but it's clear, bro. And y'all can look up the Multa Man when they discovered the Multa Man, that there was Eurasians pouring into Africa during that time. A lot of them are J, some of them got R, some of them may have that G marker, but they came relatively late in the game, around 3,000 years ago. No, that wouldn't be around the time of the Exodus battle axe. The Exodus would have been 500 years at the minimum prior to that. 3,500 years ago, not 3,000.
3,000 years ago, King David and King Solomon should have existed. That's the Iron Age. That should be early Iron Age Israel, 3,000 years ago.
You got to be careful with
The
battle
Exodus
axe,
didn't
because they
happen
teach battle axe teach that Israel's in sub-Saharan Africa too.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, so he's probably in here trying to find a way to make his doctrine work. But all you gotta do, battle axe, is just reconcile your theory with evidence. I don't know why y'all never get to that point. Yeah, y'all stay at the point where y'all just pontificate and tell us you guys' claim. Well, anyone can affirm a claim. Now you gotta show your work. Like when you did a math problem, you understand, you gave the answer to the teacher, and the teacher, what the teacher tell you? How did you get that answer? Show your work. Right? How did you come to this conclusion that Israel's in Africa? And I'm the spoiler alert. Y'all just say, "Oh, black people are in Africa, therefore Israel has to be in Africa." That's basically how y'all came up with this.
exactly. Like I said, they can't see themselves in the Levant. They see all those, they see a lot of those light-skinned people, light-skinned Levantines, and they're like, there's no way we could have been there. So they just moved the whole location of Israel into Africa. But like I always say, there is evidence that your ancestors were there. You just got to do the work to find it.
And this proves that these brothers go back to Norse mythology.
Yeah.
Because, oh man, Battle Axe, come on, brother, really? You gonna Avery? You debate this, brother, tonight. I'm not dealing with it.
You hear that, D-Ray? He said, "You debate." By the way, bots, mods.
Yeah. I'm on it. What was I saying, man? I got thrown off track because Battle Axe just popped up.
You said you was gonna play the video.
A show yesterday over at DC, we had a bunch of Israelites on there. We were talking about the plagues. And so how, what's happening in the world and how long we think we got. How long do we think we have before those plagues are let loose? Now, one thing, if you're going to do your little hit pieces and your shows on my position, make sure you come over here, right, to DC, right? Everything is organized for you, right? All our shows, right? I went through, took the time, created playlists, right? I have all these shows organized. You want to know what I believe? Come here. right? Do you want to know why I believe what I believe? Just come here. It's all grouped for you, right? 400-year prophecy. Y'all don't believe that, though the world is about to burn down. And here, the real Jerusalem. So you could do your little one shows, your one-offs, and all.
They were wrong. And that's funny he said do your little one shows. We've been doing shows on y'all for a couple of weeks now. So damn if we do, damn if we don't. If we do one show, it's a problem. If we do a series of shows, it's a problem. But the issue, like you're wrong about the 400-year prophecy because your 400 years started in 1619, according to you guys.
Way past that.
It's 2022.
And also, why does the 400-year prophecy have to pertain specifically to North America? What about the slaves taken into South America? Are they just obsolete? More slaves went to South America than North America, by the way. Also, there was a trans-Saharan slave trade where a lot of our people went into the Arabian Peninsula and were enslaved. Is their slavery obsolete? Why is it the North American slave trade that the 400 prophecy pertains to, but not the South America, which was way longer, started in the 14th century, 1492? And with the Arab slave trade, which was way before the Europeans got involved. A lot of issues with this 400-year North American. It's very American-centric. And I think that comes from our time as being Christians, because Christians in North America always try to connect America to biblical prophecy, and we unironically basically did the same thing, just a black version of it. Everything's centered around us. We want to be special so bad.
Took the European model and used it like I said with this racist stuff. You basically took what they were saying and flipped it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you did.
We're saying that the land of America is cursed, and they're saying that the black folks will say the land of America is blessed. Same thing, flip flop.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have them, you don't have your ideology. That's where you get it from. You get it from these Baptists, these early Protestants. A lot of their talking points come from them, right? And also, when you deal with the Mayflower, you deal with 1619, you can argue that those individuals that came over here were not, chattel slaves, to put it lightly. I have to go too deep into it. But anyway, man, like even if you start at 1619, the transatlantic slave trade did not start 1619. If you want to be technical, it's like 1497. That's when they start transporting people over here, right? I think 1501, and then those people were like mulattoes. Like the first people that came over here were like mulattoes. Like these were people that understood the Spanish government, Spanish language. These people understood those things. They didn't want to get Bozales. Bozales were the Africans from the continent of Africa. They wanted people that grew up in Spain and grew up in Portugal, that understood the language, that understood the culture, that understood the government, understood those things. That's what they wanted to, start bringing people over here. Yeah, educated. Yeah, they want to educate skilled people. Our idea of slavery is skewed. You understand? Like, why do you think they start going after the Bantus? They went after Bantu because Bantu people were skilled. They understood agriculture, metallurgy. They were able to use them, right? They were useful. They were able to be utilized, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And let's play this.
All this foolishness. But I have 22 videos here, 22 videos over the few years that I've been researching where the real Jerusalem is. So my position is based over years of research. I've come to my conclusion off of biblical descriptions of what the Most High said he was going to give our fathers and us. The Holy Land, where is it? See, if you want my position, you got to come through all of these videos right here. If you want to know what I believe and why I believe what I believe, you got to come through and watch every single one of these videos.
That's his mantra.
That is how I built my position.
That's his mantra, because anybody gonna sit there and watch all that bullshit. So he's saying, don't say anything about my position until you. I'm not watching 22 videos of garbage.
I can watch this one video and get the gist idea. I mean, come on now.
Right, you've already made your statement. You said Jerusalem is in East Africa and all of Israel is in Sub-Saharan Africa. That's what you said.
Exactly. It's pretty self-explanatory right there.
But y'all see the craziness of this shit. The craziness of the shit is like, bro. You say you did did years of research, bro. I want to see these goddamn sources. But you notice he started out with I use the scriptures. This is why I don't go into those scriptural rooms where they be having them circular scriptural arguments. You know what I'm saying? Because a crazy motherfucker can see whatever he want to see with the scriptures.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna argue with no crazy motherfucker because from a distance, motherfucker can't tell who crazy or not. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going back and forth and no scriptural circular debate. That shit's stupid. You know what I'm saying? But you notice he started out with the scriptures. See, that's the problem. You see what I'm saying? Because the scripture, it tells you it's not given for private interpretation, lest no man shall boast. So if the only person that see that Israel is in goddamn Ethiopia, that's a problem. So, but yeah, you pay attention, these dudes don't be making no goddamn sense.
It's called eisegesis, man. Eisegesis is the interpretation of a text as of the Bible by reading into it one's own ideas. That's
Yep.
what you guys are doing.
Yep, that's it. So it's like, man, he said he been doing years of studying. Bro, it's like, bro, you ain't been doing no years of studying, not reading no damn
Years of
books.
cherry picking.
Yeah, that's what his years is. He said years of cherry picking. Bro, you pick fruit for a living. They just say that. You pick fruit for a living.
Hey, Brian Williams is on the side of Teotw, the Pseudos. He said, if you don't watch,
Really?
how can you form an honest opinion? You guys sound like fools.
But look, brother, I would tell that brother, if the minute he said that Ethiopia was Jerusalem was Ethiopia, I don't have to listen to his video. I don't even have to listen to what we said after that. That shit is dumb. And if you listen to that, you dumb. You know what I'm saying? That's all we need to hear is that. That shit's stupid. There's no archaeological evidence. The people don't even say that. The actual people that are called Falasha, you know what that word means? Immigrant. So that those people know that those people are not even, the Falashas are not even native to there. This is according to their own culture. So how could Jerusalem be in Ethiopia when the people who are actual Israelites from Ethiopia are considered immigrants and foreigners to the land of Ethiopia? It don't make sense. There's no archaeological evidence. The people don't say that. There's no oral tradition of that. Nothing. So if you listen to that, you're an idiot.
You know, that's actually a great point that you brought up, though, because according to the oral tradition of, I know they don't like being called the Falasha, but Beta Israel, they have an oral tradition of saying that they're one from the tribe of Dan and that they came into Africa from Israel after the Assyrio-Babylonian Empire, Assyrio-Babylonian takeover of Israel in the Levant. And they also have another tradition where they came in around the time of, Rehoboam and all them trying to, the splitting of the two kingdoms. So yeah, their tradition says that they came from Asia, the Middle East, Israel, and went into Africa. Not that they were always there, because that word Falasha, it's both a derogatory word and also it's a word meaning, like you said, foreigner. So yeah, that's a good point. By the way, do you want to put the link down for Bryant Yeshub? It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll put it down there, but Battle Axe is waiting, but I'll wait until we get the damn video through. Let's do that first before we start entertaining them, because they want to go hours and hours and hours of rhetoric, right? But also another one, the Limba. So the Limba, they claim they claim to come from somewhere outside of Africa. They don't claim to always be in Africa. So it's like, what do you do about them? Do you eliminate them? You got to cut them off now. You got to say they're liars, all to fit your narrative, your biased narrative. You understand? I know you guys are not collegiate because you're making these claims and you're disregarding geography, you're disregarding archaeology. And if anybody goes around and tells you that slavery started 1619, you're ahistorical. Because history doesn't show you that. Slavery started before 1619, man.
Bro, the only reason those slaves ended up in America in 1619 is because I think it was like an English ship that captured a Portuguese ship or something like that and kind of stole those slaves. They stole them from the Portuguese.
Uh-huh. About 350 people, right?
Yep.
Yep. So that means if they got slaves coming from Angola prior to
Accidentally.
1619, that means slavery was already going on. That's why I get like, you guys are not historians, man.
Exactly.
You guys
I
suck,
mean, you
man.
know they're not historians. But go
Right.
ahead. Now make this other statement.
It's all there if you want to know why I believe
Well,
what I
hold
believe.
on.
You
Let
can
me
disagree
make
all
this
you
quick
want.
statement.
But what I find is most people do.
I thought he was about to say something. But the last thing I'll say is this. It's funny that they're saying that the land of Israel is in sub-Saharan Africa, but yet the Limba come from Morocco and went into South Africa. Make that make sense. Especially you, Bryant Williams. Teotw and them say that the Limba came from Morocco and went into South Africa. But isn't the land of Israel supposed to be in sub-Saharan Africa anyways? Make that make sense. Also, I'm pretty sure Teo's friends, people that Teo hangs out with, don't believe Israel is in sub-Saharan Africa. Not going to name names, but there's plenty of people that Teo hangs out with. They don't even subscribe to what he's saying. So, just putting that out there.
Kelly. Better not.
Deny Israel.
Do not do the same amount of research that I have done.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're not
Now that I
making it
said
through
that,
this
let's get
video. The same amount of research. All you did was pontificate and made some shit up and said, "Oh, eisegete this and say that this is Africa." This man literally went to a scripture that said that people are fighting over Israel, and he said, "Oh, that means that's the scramble of Africa. That's when the Europeans were scrambling over Africa." Bro, that's so arbitrary. Like you don't use no archaeology, no nothing. You just say some shit that may sound good to your to your, you know, what do you call it, your church members.
Audience.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
And you run wild. That's it. You're not doing any real research. This is not academic. This is laughable.
get into it. Why does Jacoba believe Africa is Israel?
Because you get them super chats.
There's so much evidence. So we're going to get into this right now. Eat the meat, spit out the bones. Like I say, you don't have to agree with me, okay? Undeniable proof that Africa is the Holy Land. The evidence is overwhelming that Africa is the Promised Land. Africa is the Promised Land.
Oh, let me deal with Brian Williams.
Like I said, you're gonna have to look at all my videos.
We're probably not gonna finish this tonight.
That's what I'm saying. We just need to let this dude up.
Watch this. Hold on, real quick. What he just said. Slavery started in the 13 colonies. Let's just disprove that.
Slavery started in the 13 colonies. Don't y'all teach that there was black Jews in Spain, and it was Isabella and them that enslaved us and started the slave trade. Don't y'all teach that black Jews, black Moors in Spain? You know, that's what, you know, Benai says, has tons of videos on that, how they were taking the men and women and children and enslaving them in Spain in the 14th century before America.
Hey,
y'all bait and switch and cherry picking, bro.
Hey, first of all, Brian Williams, stop sucking dick. And I'm just gonna say that right quick, because you sucking dick hard, man. You know, your throat about to be a kiddie pool for them brothers, man. Secondly, them brothers, we didn't challenge them brothers to debate several times. Them brothers have deferred. They do not want to get in the ring with us. We will smoke these niggas. You come with this fairy tale shit, and we come with straight empirical data. We gonna give you direct sources, academic sources, while you playing fairy tale, Pixar, Disney, what's another one? Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, man.
100%. I would 100% debate Teo Ministries. I would debate them.
And they want to accept the debate.
Yeah.
They said they wouldn't do it. They said they're not going to do it.
Yeah, because they're cowards. We all know this. Teotw are cowards. They're not a real ministry. They're just a cult.
You just a fan of these dudes, man. A lot of you guys are fans. Y'all church members, man.
How about this, Brian Williams? Tell Teotw to debate us. If that's your man, tell him to debate us, bro. And let's see who's going to win this debate. If Teotw is chosen by God to preach to the people and give out truth, then Teotw and you should have nothing to worry about. We will be destroyed in that debate. But if Teotw isn't appointed by God to be this masterful teacher, well, everything will play out the way it should.
Anyway, what does it say right here? The first Africans in Virginia landed in 1619. It was a turning point for slavery in American history. What does that last word say? What does the last sentence, part of the sentence say? But not the beginning. Slavery did not start in 1619. You guys are idiots, man. And you're promoting idiocy. See, we don't have time to play with idiocy because we already have a lot of our people that are downtrodden and decadent in the field of education. Right? You Black Hebrew Israelites want to proliferate and spread idiocy and ignorance. We're trying to fight against it. All right, let me read it real quick. It said it was 400 years ago, about the latter end of August, that an English privateer ship reached Point Comfort on the Virginia Peninsula. There, Governor George Yardley and his head of trade, Cape merchant Abraham Percy, brought the 20 and odd Negroes aboard in exchange for victuals, meaning they traded food for slaves. Such a trade, as described 5 months after the fact in a letter to the Virginia Company of London, had never before occurred in English North America, making this an ignominious milestone, and one that 400 years later is still surrounded by misconceptions and debate. And we're dealing with some misconceptions here. It says at the very least, 1619 represented a landmark in the long history of slavery in the European colonies, in the beginning stages of what will become the institution of slavery in America. The New York Times this past weekend announced a special project devoted to its indelible mark on American society. And Hampton, Virginia is commemorating the anniversary through Wednesday. Previously on July 30th, when President Trump spoke in Williamsburg, Virginia, to mark the 400th anniversary of Virginia's General Assembly, he noted in a speech boycotted by the Virginia Legislative Black Caucus over Trump's comment about Black politicians that it wasn't long after the governing body first met that the colony saw the beginning of a barbaric trade in human lives. What began in 1619, the human cargo that arrived in Virginia in 1619 had come from the port city of Luanda, now the capital of present-day Angola. Back then, it was a Portuguese colony, and most of the enslaved are believed to have been captured during an ongoing war between Portugal and the Kingdom of Nagongo. As John Thornton wrote in the William and Mary Quarterly in 1998, between 1618 and 1620, about 50,000 enslaved people, many of whom had been prisoners of war, were exported from Angola. An estimated 350 of these captives were loaded onto a Portuguese slave ship called the São João Batista, more commonly known as the San Juan Batista. So again, slavery was already happening. People were already being enslaved. Obviously, they got 50,000 people enslaved here, right? That ship was en route to the Spanish colony of Veracruz when two English privateer ships, the White Lion and the Treasurer, intercepted it and seized some of the Angolians on board. According to James Horn, President and Chief Officer of Jamestown Rediscovery, both ships were owned by a powerful English nobleman in Earl Warwick, Robert Rich. Rich was an anti-Spanish, anti-Catholic, and profited from thwarting Spanish shipping in the Caribbean. The White Lion, which flew under the flag of the Dutch, port known for its pirates, came to Virginia first in the late August 1619, followed 4 days later by the Treasurer. The most cited account of those events in 1619 is found in the letter to the Virginia Company of London, which had run the Jamestown settlement since its establishment in 1607 from John Rolfe, one of the early English settlers there, and most famously Pocahontas' husband. Historians do not know much about the men and women who were sold to Yardley and Percy or what happened to them, though some of their names have been revealed. Anthony and Isabella, sometimes spelled Isabella, stayed in the present day Hampton, Virginia, in an area then known as Elizabeth City. They worked for William Tucker, a Virginia Company of London stockholder, and had a son named William Tucker. Another woman who came off the treasurer is identified as Angelo, and a 1625 census places her in Williams Pierce House, an area outside of Jamesport City called Newtown. A turning point, not a beginning. So the point is this: 1619 is not the beginning of slavery. Slavery was already going on. People were already being transported and sold in the Americas, right? It says the people who came in August 1619 have been described as the first Africans to set foot on North American continent, but that is incorrect, Bryant, which you're probably a burner account for one of those brothers or somebody that's following those brothers.
That's what I was thinking too, low-key.
This is incorrect. It says, for example, as historian Henry Louis Gates Jr. has pointed out, Juan Garrido became the first documented black person to arrive in what will become the U.S. when he accompanied Juan Ponce de Leon in the search of the Fountain of Youth in 1513, and they ended up in present-day Florida around St. Augustine. Nor is it the case that those who arrived in 1619 were the first enslaved people in what would become the United States. In 1565, for example, the Spanish brought enslaved Africans to present-day St. Augustine, Florida. The first European settlement in what's now the continental U.S. In 1526, a Spanish expedition to present-day South Carolina was thwarted when the enslaved Africans aboard resisted. In addition, indigenous people, notably those of 30-odd tribal communities led by Pocahontas' father, Powhatan, lived in an area that became Virginia long before Europeans or Africans got there. The English settlers enslaved indigenous people around the time of 1619, and some colonists later owned both American Indian and African slaves, says Ashley Atkins Spivey, an anthropologist and member of the Pamunkey, the Powhatan Chiefs tribe. So anyway, y'all see that that's a farce. Slavery did not begin in 1619. And even with that date, your prophecy is garbage because it's 2022. The 400 years have expired. Move on. You've been proven a lie. All right. Let's go back to what we were talking about. Let's get back to this video.
Because I built my position over years. You have to lie in order to deny. You have to be a liar in order to deny all of the evidence. Now, one particular joker did a video about Haggadah, right? That beta male guy. Lying, twisting, manipulating, misrepresenting.
Actually, that's what you're doing. You're misrepresenting.
That's what I was thinking.
You're misrepresenting this map. This map is the Levant. This is the Middle East. This is not the western coast of Africa, which goes against what you just said. If Jerusalem is in the western coast of Africa, then it can't be in Ethiopia, dumbass. Again, double speak.
Yeah, Teotw is really describing himself and doesn't even know it. Or maybe, maybe he does know it and, and he's just projecting.
Yo, this map right here, if you orient it right, this is Israel. If you orient it right, it'll shape up. You can clearly see that to the right, lower right, that's northern Egypt, the Delta, and then connected into the peninsula there, and then going into Israel.
Yeah, it looks like Sinai.
Right.
Yeah. And I can see, I think, isn't that Arabic written on the bottom right there?
Right.
Looks like it.
Right. And there's a compass, and it tells you how to orient the map.
Yeah, and it's funny how he chose the blurriest map he could. Like, I'm pretty sure there's an HD version of this where people can zoom in, look around, and as a matter of fact, Maybe I'll try to pull up this same map. Give me a second here. It's called the Hagen or Hag, whatever. Let's see if I can find this, and I'll put in the private chat, and you can click the link. Yeah, Theo really did just describe himself when it came to that statement of whoever this person is, because he's lying right now by trying to change up this map. All right, here it is. Actually, bro, the whole Jewish virtual library has this map. This map is from 1695. Hardly the time period where ancient Israel existed, by the way. Considering that ancient Israel became a nation in the early Bronze Age. But here, Yeshub is the link, and you can pull it up on your screen so people can see it better. But the Jewish virtual library has this. That's very interesting. And I'll see if I can find a more HD version of this map. It's still a bit blurry even with this, but I'll keep searching.
Yeah, I mean, it says in the past, Hebrew geographical maps were relatively rare, but they also showed the land of Israel as a separate entity, stressing the sanctity of the uniqueness of the country to Judaism. Abraham bar Jacob, a convert to Judaism, drew a map of the Holy Land following that of Christian Adracom, 1588, incorporating many Jewish elements such as the route of the Exodus from Egypt to Canaan and the designation of the territories of the 12 tribes of Israel. The map was reproduced in a Passover Haggadah as one of the earliest Hebrew printed maps. I mean, I don't know how this helps your claim. This is actually the Levant. That sea there is actually the Mediterranean Sea, and you even can see Egypt to the right, far right.
I'm going to send you another one. By the way, there's a video. All right, so there's actually a couple of different things we can do here. So what I'm going to send you, Yeshua, is a video of historians talking about it. You want to start at the 29-minute mark, and I'll get you a HD map because I also have the HD version of that map. But I think this would be good to show the people as well because apparently this is a pretty good video right here of some historians breaking down various maps just like this, because the Arabs, when they made maps, they made them, I'm just going to use the word upside down, even though to them it's not upside down, but in our Western worldview, it's upside down. But you can click that video and start at 29. You have a couple of historians talking about that particular map.
All right, I got you.
And by the way, this is all you got to do, people, is just research what Teotw says, because he's a notorious liar. You got to research it. And you can find the truth. You can find the information. You just got to take a little bit of time.
Yep. But you can't go against your cult leader.
Right.
All right, so I'm going to go to 29.
Around 29, that's when they start. Yeah.
As we see in this chart. So these are some of the cartographers who published copies and adaptations of his map. So that raises a question of whether the Haggadah map was copied directly from Van Adricam's map, or, as I will suggest, from some of these later adaptations. I'll look at three elements on the Haggadah map. The first element is the depiction of Jonah. His story is told in two images. We see both of them here, and now I'll zoom in on the top one. First, we see him being thrown over the side of the ship to the waiting sea monster. And second, we see him on shore, having emerged from the belly of the sea monster 3 days later. There is an image of Jonah being thrown over the side of a ship.
He does not look sub-Saharan African, by the way. He has a very Caucasian cast. Pointy nose, long hair, stringy hair. But yeah, I'll send you some more maps. I'm gonna send you like 3 links, and the maps will be HD, so you can zoom in. And
look how they depicted this man, Stringy hair, It's obviously Europeoid, dude. They're not depicting no damn sub-Saharan Africa.
West Africa.
This is not Nigeria. This is not the Gold Coast. This is not Ghana. This is not Cameroon. And y'all fell for this, man. And some of his fans are in the audience eating this shit up right now.
Thousands of people were watching that video and just praise the Lord. I'm like, bro, y'all are so brainwashed.
Man, that's like an Armanoid nose right there, man. Like you got a hook nose, man.
Probably is. Depicting a Jew, a Levantine. I sent you about 3 links. And by the way, all this is written in like Hebrew, the language that y'all detest, Teo. If you actually zoom in on the map and look at an HD version, it's written in Hebrew. It's not written in whatever language you think the Israelites wrote and spoke, which is Ewe. I sent 3 links in the private chat. You can keep playing this video though.
That's another doctrine. That's another doctrine they teach, that it was sent that the original Hebrew was Ewe, a West African dialect. You know, last time I checked,
it's funny that they keep trying to claim West Africa.
Ewe is a
go ahead.
Niger-Kordoffian language, right?
Yes.
And Hebrew is a Semitic language. These are 2 different damn phylums. What the hell is wrong with y'all, man? Again, now y'all against the field of linguistics. The whole field of linguistics has to be wrong for Teotw to be right.
The belly of the sea monster 3 days later. There is an image of Jonah being thrown over the side of a ship on Van Adrikem's map, which we see here in this detail. But if we compare the image with that on the Haggadah map, they're certainly similar, but there are differences, particularly in the rigging here and the flags of the ship, as we see in these 2 details. The map from which Abraham bar Jacob borrowed his image of Jonah was a different one of the maps that had relied on Van Adrikem's map as a source. This is Jodocus Hondius's map of the Holy Land, first printed in 1633. As we can see, the map shares some elements with Van Adrikem's, the depiction of the Dead Sea and the zigzag path of the Exodus. But in contrast with Van Adrikem, it shows the coast of Egypt with the correct orientation. And is it likely that Abraham bar Jacob copied the coastline from this map?
Yeah, the coast of Egypt.
Yeah, go ahead.
He said the correct orientation. Now, Egypt is in Northeast Africa.
Right.
This is not the west coast of Africa, man. This is Northeast Africa. This is the Mediterranean Sea. And all of this goes into the Levant.
Teo is lying through his teeth like a snake.
Because he knows people not going to investigate. He know his church members not going to investigate, man.
Bingo. That's what it is. He's taking advantage of y'all, and y'all don't even know it. Y'all are praising the fact that he's taking advantage of you. Praising your own destruction.
Hondius also has an image of Jonah. Ironic. And if we zoom in, we see that it is very, very similar indeed to that in the Haggadah map. And in fact, if we reverse Hondius's image from left to right, we can see that the images are almost identical, including the details of the rigging and flags. The second element from the Haggadah map that I would like to consider is a depiction of the ships of Solomon bringing the cedars of Lebanon to Jerusalem for the construction of Solomon's temple, which we see in these details. I'll zoom in a little bit more here.
Pause that. That's very interesting. So
there are
in the map. So one, as y'all can see, the Haggadah map is in Hebrew, the language that Teo doesn't think the Israelites spoke. It's literally, all of that is written in Hebrew. But another interesting thing is that he's showing, this historian is showing that the cedars of Lebanon, the trees, are going to Jerusalem. But yet Teo is trying to say that this map is West Africa. I thought Teotw believes that Jerusalem is in Ethiopia. So how is this map showing? How is this map showing Jerusalem in the place that he is saying is West Africa, but Jerusalem is supposed to be in Ethiopia? He can't even get his own lies straight, bro. You get what
Yeah,
I'm
he's
saying?
done. Yeah, I get it, man. And then it's the Sea of Lebanon going into Israel, into the Levant, man, on the Mediterranean Sea, not
Right.
in the Atlantic. I will show you guys something. Hold on, real quick. I'll show you guys
And I
something.
posted about 4 maps, by the way, in the private chat, and you can just click them. They're HD maps of the very same Haggadah map that Teotw got the blurriest map as possible.
Hold on, but I want them to see this. This is the Catalan map. Jews actually drew this map. You know that map that has Mansa Musa on it?
Yeah,
Jews,
I'm familiar with it.
Jews. They understood. They were the first people to start to draw accurate maps of Africa. They know how to draw Africa. Why? Because they crisscrossed the Sahara and did trade there. They were there. They're familiar with that. That's the gate. That's the Gibraltar there, connecting into Spain. This is North Africa, right? You see Mansa Musa, so they know Africa, right? They know the Sahara and they know the Sahel. Nowhere on this map does it say or indicate that Israel's over here. Nowhere.
Nowhere.
You goofballs.
Bro.
What does that say? By Abraham Kreskes. That's a Jew. But you numbskulls going around telling everybody, oh, this is a map of West Africa. Get the hell out of here. Let me see if I can get that map that you brought up. Hold on. Close some of these tabs.
Yeah, you can just go in the order of what I posted.
Yeah, I had one of them open.
And by the way, I can't see your screen right now. So
hold on. I want the original one. No, not that one.
Did you
I want the one. I want the other one. Where is it? Yeah, you had. That was a big picture of it on Wikipedia.
It should be. It's under. It should be under the YouTube video. One of the 4 that I posted.
I got it.
And you should be able to zoom in as well. There's the Jerusalem post, which shows the one that Teotw has, but then there's also another one that's very similar to it. One is that one. That one is similar to the one that Teotw has, but the Jerusalem post also is the actual one that Teotw has. But we can look at this too. You can zoom in.
Right. So Egypt's right here on this map. See, this map, you have to orient it. You have to turn it to actually make it match its actual coordinates. Yeah. But this is the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Egypt's here. You see ships of Solomon on the coast, right?
Like, as a matter of fact, you can push it and zoom in. You should push the map and then push, because you can see where it says Egypt. You can actually see it. Just push the map if you can, and then go to the little corner. Go to the corner to your left, and then push it one more time.
Yeah, it says Egypt right here.
Yeah, I think you can push it one more time and zoom in even further.
Let me go to the right. It says Egypt here again. It says Egypt. Y'all done, man.
And if you look up a little bit, it says Ishmaelites right there, because you know the Ishmaelites were from the land of the desert of Shur, all the way to I forgot the other place. And there's the tribes of Israel right there, a little bit above it. It says Dan, Issachar, Gad, all that.
Gad, Ephraim, right.
All right there in that one little concentrated area.
Come on, bro. Y'all cook, man. Hibachi. Hibachi, man.
Yeah, this was very easy to debunk. But they might say that this isn't the right map because this is a map that's similar to it. There's a second map I sent you, by the way, from Jerusalem Post, and there's Petra right there, Jerusalem Post, and it's the actual one because there's really a lot of different versions of this same map, but it's all still saying the exact same thing. So don't get it twisted, anyone.
All right, so let me see which one you're talking about. Share.
It is the Jerusalem Post one, so it's under the YouTube video. It's the link under the YouTube video.
All right. This one?
Yeah, and you should just scroll down and you'll see it down there.
This one here? Yep.
Right there. Yeah, that's the exact one that Teotw has. And you can zoom in the same places and you'll see it says Egypt, and you'll see where it has the lands of Israel, and it's all written in Hebrew. So you can use the other map as like a translation, I guess.
Right. And then
Again, Hebrew, the language that Teotw think isn't what our ancestors spoke.
You can see the ships of Solomon here, right here on the coast of Lebanon. Like, you're done, man. You're done.
This was very easy.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, map of Palestine. I don't say nothing about no damn West Africa.
Exactly. Palestine. Right. Palestine. Philistia.
You're done, bro. You're finished. All right, we'll do a little bit more, and then I gotta go to bed. Let me where is it at? Let me open that video up again.
Okay. But the evidence speaks for itself.
You're right, it does speak for itself.
Forewarning, do not send Yacoba any emails with your opinions. Thank you so much. Thank you, Letitia. I appreciate it. All right, so Haggadah is the answer to everything. Now, I've done a lot of research. I've made a lot of videos. I've even talked about Haggadah. But then when you put it all together, Haggadah is the end of the matter, right? Why? Because personification of Africa.
By the way, Yeshua, just pause.
I had the little beta male.
I can't
tell me that.
I can't get over the fact that he's choosing some of the blurriest maps ever. Like, you can't even tell what's going on, bro. Like, he's not even getting HD maps where you can clearly see. Like, he's just choosing the blurriest things because he doesn't want you to know the truth. But you can keep playing. I just want to point that out, that everything he's pulling up is just blurry so far.
That don't mean it's Africa. That's what the beta male said. Oh, Yacoba line. But if anybody watched the video and if anybody did any research, they would find the Mercator map. The Mercator map is an atlas, the Mercator atlas, that is, right? The Mercator atlas shows you what the personification that we saw on the Haggadah map represents. What do we see here? Africa. But the beta male says that it's not Africa. Somebody working for some agents, or working for the Vatican or something, or he's just a straight up liar. But
actually, the part that has that personification is Egypt, which is Northeast Africa, dumbass. You so fucking, you either stupid or you just manipulative.
He is manipulative. That's exactly what it is, because look how he has to get a screenshot of the map, crop it, and put it here instead of just show the full map in HD and zoom in to where he needs to go to. He's cropping images. This is no different than how he made the fake haplogroup G map.
Right. And again, this is a common era map. You understand? The cartographer is drawing this. It's showing you that this personification of Africa is in Egypt. That makes sense. It's not saying that Israel is Africa.
especially not West
And
Africa.
it damn sure ain't saying West Africa. Like, you are stretching this, man. You are Stretch Armstrong, bro. You are Michael Jordan in the end of Space Jam stretching this, man.
He's Fantastic Four stretch.
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic stretching this, bro. And then he put right here, this is no doubt Africa. Stop
I
it.
want to be you in these days, right? Why? Because this world is burning down around your ankles. Europe ain't gonna have no water. Europe ain't gonna have no gas. And just think what's gonna happen to America. I'm just saying, y'all got to stop the lying, you Christians over there. Y'all lie too much. So here, obviously, we see the personification represents Africa, right? So similar image of the Holy Land from the David Rumsey Map Center. All right, see this map here? This is from the David Rumsey Map Center. It says the kingdom of the Jews divided into the sons of Herod the Great by the tetrarchy at the time of Christ the Lord. Who's the creator? The creator is Johnson. His name is Johnson. And this represents the tribes of Reuben, Gad, eastern parts of the tribes of Benjamin, Ephraim, Demi, Manasseh.
The brother said Henry the Great?
Isn't all these map makers Europeans who we're not supposed to trust, who are the liars?
Oh, he said Herod the Great. Yeah, that's we're not supposed to trust Europeans. This says Palestinian on the damn map.
Make that make sense.
It says Palestine on the damn map, man.
Do I need to find that map too?
Not really. You can just look on the screen. It's like right there, Palestina.
It does though. Palestine.
And why do we call Israel Palestine? Why is that? It's a historical reason why Israel is referred to Palestine.
The Romans changed the name from Judea to Palestinia because the zealots in Jerusalem kept on fighting against the Roman occupation. So to piss off the Jews, what they did was just rename it their ancient enemies, Palestinia or Philistia.
Let's get that history real quick and just teach them. Like, you just got to just teach these people at this point. All right.
Like, nope. Changing the name.
Yeah, archaeology is not on your side. Cartography, map making is not even on your side because nobody who made these maps is going to agree that it's West Africa. The people that study these maps are not going to say it's in West Africa. It's only you making that damn claim. Not the professionals. It's only you.
In West Africa, by the way, has never been called Palestine.
Never. Now try to reconcile this. Because that map said that was Palestine. Where do we get that name from, right? It's a Roman Palestine. After the destruction of Jerusalem, a legion was stationed on the site. In the rank of the provincial governor was raised from procurator to legatus, Augusti, signifying a change from equestrian to senatorial rank. Caesar Maritima, the governor's resident, became a Roman colony, and as a reward for the loyalty of the Greeks in the revolt, a new pagan city, Neapolis, modern Nablus, in the West Bank, was found at Shechem. Now, none of this stuff happens in West Africa. None of this stuff. The religious center of the Samaritans. Are the Samaritans in West Africa too, dumbasses? We know what the Samaritans are and where they were.
What about the Pharisees and the Sadducees that Jesus or Yeshua was always talking against? Where are the Pharisees and Sadducees in West Africa?
Caiaphas was found in Judea. His I think his daughter's ossuary or his ossuary was found in Judea, man. Not in West Africa.
Wait, be specific. Judea where?
It's El something. I forgot the name of the city. Ella,
in the Levant.
In the Levant. Right. Yeah, in the Levant.
Eastern Mediterranean.
It says the Jews deprived of the temple founded a new religious center in the rabbinical school of Judea. When a revolt broke out in 115 CE, the Roman Emperor Trajan appointed the first consular legate of Judea, Lucius Quietus, to suppress it. The rank of the legate confirms that 2 legions were stationed in Judea, one at Jerusalem, the other at Caparcatna in Galilee, and thenceforth the province must have held consular status. The 132 Emperor Hadrian decided to build a Roman colony, Aelia Capitolina, on the site of Jerusalem. The announcement of his plan, as well as his ban on circumcision, revoked later, but only for the Jews, provoked a much more serious uprising. The Second Jewish Revolt, led by Bar Kokhba. Y'all should know this name, right? It was ruthlessly repressed by Julius Severus. According to certain accounts, almost 1,000 villages were destroyed and more than 500,000 people killed. In Judea proper, the Jews seem to have been virtually exterminated, but they survived in Galilee, which, like Samaria, appears to have held aloof from the revolt. Tiberias in Galilee became the seat of the Jewish patriarchs. The province of Judea was renamed, here goes the point, Syria Palestina, later simply called Palestina, and according to Eusebius Caesarea, no Jew was thenceforth allowed to set foot in Jerusalem or the surrounding district. This prohibition apparently was relaxed sometime later to permit Jews to enter Jerusalem one day a year, one day a morning, called Tisha B'Av. So again, you get people like Hadrian, you get Julius Severus involved, and they changed Judea into Palestina or Palestine. That's the history behind that. So when you see that map saying Palestine, and when you hear people refer to it as Palestine today, it's because of the Emperor Hadrian and Julius Severus. That's why. And this history did not take place in the western coast of Africa, you pseudo. It took place in the Levantine region, where the Romans were heavily occupying at this time. I mean, we could keep going. Like archaeology, just pretty much.
Maybe you got to pull up Syria, Palestine, so just so that they can see where it's at, because you got to be really visual with these guys. So pull up, and his audience as well. So maybe you need to pull up Syria, Palestine.
All right. So Syria, Palestine. I mean, it's don't take nothing but 2 seconds to pull up. And y'all just got to be better researchers. You guys don't question anything. You just like the individual, the feel-good doctrine, and y'all just accept it. That's Palestinian, man, right here.
Syria, Palestine.
There you go.
I see Egypticus, Arabia. I see Asia Minor.
Right.
Mediterranean Sea.
Obviously, this is congruent with the biblical narrative because Paul was going to where? Asia Minor, Galatia, Cilicia, Lycia. Right. He was going to these places that was north of this area, man.
I'm pretty. Damascus was, a city that Israel always had issues with. The king of Damascus, and so I wonder where Syria would be in their model of of sub-Saharan Africa being Israel. Where's Syria? Where's the king of Damascus? Because he was from Syria. And where is Paul coming from?
Did he come from Tarsus? Yeah. Paul was born in Tarsus, which is Anatolia, right?
Exactly.
Look at this. Tarsus.
Type in map.
Yeah, this is not no damn West Africa. This ain't in Cameroon some damn where. The hell are you guys talking about? This was a Roman province.
Paul was from Ghana.
Yeah.
You Canadians are descendants of Paul.
Yeah, man. You cook, man. Hibachi. Hold on, man. Hold on. There was something else I wanted to put in here. What was it? There was something else.
Was it dealing with a map? Was it a map you was going to show us, or what?
Oh, the Arch of Titus. The Romans have a commemorative piece celebrating the downfall of Judea, and it's called the Arch of Titus. Now, if you look at this,
That's true. Yep.
is a first century AD honorific ark located in Via Sacra,
We can't see it,
Rome.
by the way. When you click the link, it pulls up a new tab, so we can't see.
All right. Now you should be able to see it. You can see it, right?
I can. Yeah.
Look what it says. The Arch of Titus is a first century AD honorific ark located on the Via Sacra, Rome, just to the southeast of the Roman Forum. It was constructed in 81 AD by the Emperor Domitian, shortly after the death of his older brother Titus, to commemorate Titus' official deification or consecratio and the victory of Titus together with their father, Vespasian, over the Jewish rebellion in Judea. The ark contains panels depicting the triumphal procession celebrated in 71 AD after the Roman victory, culminating in the fall of Jerusalem, and provides one of the few contemporary depictions of artifacts of Herod's temple. Now, Herod's temple is not in West Africa. It's not in West and Central Africa. It's not in Cameroon. It's not in Ghana. It's not in the coast of Guinea. It's nowhere there. It's not in Nigeria. It's nowhere. It's not in Niger. It's none of those places, man. It's in the Levantine region.
If Jerusalem, my bad, go ahead.
It says it became a symbol of the Jewish diaspora, and the menorah depicted on the ark served as the model for the menorah used as the emblem of the state of Israel. The ark has provided a general model for many triumphal arks erected since the 16th century. Perhaps most famously, it is the inspiration ark of Arc de Triomphe in Paris, France. All right, so you can see where it was found in Rome. And as you can see, look, they're taking the menorah from the temples. They're taking different things from the temples. As you can clearly see, witness it. It's an actual historical event. It did not take place in West and Central Africa.
Yeah, when did this take place in West Africa? And also, if this is the destruction of Jerusalem, I thought you said, Teo, that Jerusalem is in Ethiopia. So why are you flip-flopping? Why are you going from West Africa all the way to Ethiopia? You do know where Ethiopia is, right? It's in East Africa, in the Horn of Africa, not West Africa.
Right.
Make that make sense. As he loves to say, he loves saying that. Oh, make that make sense. Well, you make everything make sense, bro. Name me every biblical location mentioned in the Bible in sub-Saharan Africa, please. I would love that.
Facts. All right, let's play a little bit more, then I'm going to end the video. We'll pick back up tomorrow or Sunday.
If you don't mind, probably Sunday.
All right.
Within Jordan, the western parts of the tribes of Ephraim, Benjamin, and half of Manasseh, within Jordan and the northern parts of Dan and Judah, the tribes of Asher, the western part of the tribes of Zebulun and Issachar, half the tribe of Manasseh beyond the Jordan, and the tribe of Naphtali, and the eastern parts of the tribes of Zebulun and Issachar, the greatest part of the tribe of Evida towards the east, the tribe of Simeon, and the southern part of the tribe of Dan, and the eastern parts of the tribe of Evida. Now, that's a lot of people and a lot of tribes. But the obvious thing here is that this map, at least this image of it, looks similar to the Haggadah map, right? Yes or no, family? Does it look similar? Yes or no? Does it look similar to the Haggadah map? I'm just saying. But the Haggadah map tells us where this location is. It is Africa.
You know, when we were beating him up on DNA, he was like, "Oh, well, argue with Razib Khan, debate Razib Khan. I don't want to debate, right?" Okay, two can play that game. Go debate an anthropologist on this subject that you're bringing up here. Go debate somebody that studies this stuff.
What do you call it, topographer?
Think this stuff. a cartographer or just an anthropologist that studies cartography, right? Go debate someone like that or bring them on your channel and have them discuss these maps and where how to locate these places geographically. What part of the globe or is this map depicting? Is it depicting Western Central Africa or is it depicting the Levantine region?
I'm gonna bet that that archaeologist is gonna say Palestine,
Like the map
Israel.
says. Like the map literally says Palestina. It literally says that.
Maybe you need to zoom it in for the people just in case some folk, some people got bad eyes. Is there a way you can zoom in? Like
I
you can
can't
kind of
make
just
it get any bigger than that, but it's right there. It's Palestina right there.
use the mouse. Yeah, I see it.
It's right here. Boom. And we just gave you the history of that. I'm an engineer. I've been reading data for decades. I'm practically an expert cartographer myself. Oh man, the lines that Teotw them come up with.
Okay. So the question once again, if it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it must be a duck.
Okay.
Now some
let's
people
use
gonna
that
say, well,
logic.
you're stretching
Let's
it.
use
You're
that
cool, but
logic,
you're
Teotw. If it looks like Palestine, sounds like Palestine, then it must be Palestine.
Yeah, exactly. He hates using his own logic.
The hell wrong with this guy? All right, man.
He want them super chats. You know what?
stretching it. That is the Middle East over there, taken from a different angle. They say on the map, they say it's Palestine, stuff like that. Let me tell you something about these people. Have y'all ever looked at some of the modern Bibles? And it's not just the modern Bibles, it's even the KJV. But you ever read it and they would say things like, they went into the Negev desert. You ever read that, family? Yes or no? Have you read the Bible, the modern Bibles, where they tell you that the desert or the wilderness that they went into was the Negev? They made that up. It doesn't say that. When you stay to the text, it tells you that they went into the wilderness or they went into the desert, and there's a specific word. It doesn't say Negev. Well, they do the same thing with some of these maps as well. So if you look at,
apologies,
if you go and look at this.
Did he just accuse somebody of making stuff up while making stuff up?
Yes, he did. And also, we can't trust the Bible apparently either. Negev. This is why it's good to learn other languages, or at least know what some of these words mean. Negev means south. Let me pull it up. I'll let you share the screen if you want to touch on that part. But I'll just pull up Negev. Simple Negev. It means south. South of Palestinian.
Avery,
it's very simple stuff.
These people are up here telling the community that Ethiopia is Jerusalem and sub-Saharan Africa is Israel and the western coast of Africa is this map. And like, you do a whole bunch of pontificating and making things up and eisegeting, and then try to say, oh, the people, that person that put Palestine on the map, no, he's making it up. Bro, you can't make it. Like, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. You got that? You got that? This is crazy, bro. This is idiocy. This is a complete idiocy, and we're waiting for you guys to call out the cartographers, the people that study ancient maps. I want you guys to call somebody out in that field and tell them that, hey, this map is actually in West Africa. And see what they say, and they're gonna locate this map.
Not bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. When did the Roman persecution happen? Hadrian came from where? Right, Emperor Hadrian and Severus, they ruled over what land? I'm pretty sure they weren't stationed in Western Africa. I'm pretty sure. I'm 100%
bro,
positive.
they were in Nigeria.
Oh, let me say it like him: 99.99% positive that Vespasian did not go all the way to sub-Saharan Africa and Western Central Africa and sack Western Central Africa. I'm pretty sure that didn't happen.
By the way, put in this private chat Negev so people can know.
Oh, I thought you were sharing your screen.
No, it's in the private chat.
So yeah. I mean, this is silly that we even have to address this. I'll let this be
Negev
the
just
last
means
one. Negev.
it's a desert.
All right. The Negev or Negev is a desert and semi-desert region of southern Israel. The region's largest city and administrative capital is Beersheba. In the north, at its southern end, is the Gulf of Aqaba, and the resort city and port of Eliat. I don't even know how we read. Listen, this is how I'm gonna end this video, right? I'm going to end this video like this. Semitic languages don't start in West and Central Africa, right? The Semitic culture don't start in West and Central Africa.
Blasphemer.
And the earliest scrolls are not found in West and Central Africa. Was the silver scrolls found in West and Central Africa? Was it found in Nigeria?
The Dead Sea
Was it
Scrolls.
found? Was
Book of
Hezekiah
Jubilee.
seal found in Cameroon?
The story of
found?
Esther.
Yeah, did that take place in Cameroon and Ghana on the coast of Guinea? Sierra Leone, maybe? Did it take place in West and Central Africa? No, none of those things took place in West and Central Africa. Hezekiah's well. Right? The stone altars that was used to give sacrifice to Yahweh. That wasn't found. The curse tablet that they just brought up, where was that found? That was found in the Levantine region, Mount Ebal. Right? These are major locations that are discussed in the Bible. None of this stuff took place in West and Central Africa. Nobody's taking you guys serious. You guys are
Let's
idiots.
be for real though. He knows. Let's be for real though. He knows this. I don't even think he believes that. He's just saying it because this boosts numbers, bro. Too many people in the community believe this, and it's easier to have a hold on people when you just go with the flow and what other people believe.
Right.
That's why he's doing it.
You want to eliminate archaeology that validates some of the biblical narratives. You want to just eliminate that. To make up something that you have zero empirical evidence for. This brother cannot show any of this to reconcile the narrative with his idea. Nothing. He can't show that the Roman Emperor Hadrian went down into Africa and renamed it to Palestine. He can't show that. He can't show Hezekiah's seal in West and Central Africa. He cannot show that.
He can show the destruction of Jerusalem, which Yeshua prophesied.
Yeah, you can't say 70 AD, 115 Bar Kokhba. You can't show us where are the ossuaries? These people buried their ancestors' bones in boxes. Where are the ossuaries in West Africa? Where are they? Since that's supposed to be ancient Israel. And where's the written language? Where is the written language? Because those people could read and write in the Levant.
More importantly, who are the Canaanites? Israel was supposed to take the land from the Canaanites. Who are the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Hittites and the Horites? Because a lot of people in the BHI community believe Horites are Neanderthals, but the Horites were in the land of Israel.
That don't make no sense.
So you're saying Neanderthals were in sub-Saharan Africa, which they weren't?
These guys are silly, man. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no logic behind any of these statements. It's just a bunch of statements that these guys are making. These guys are truly preaching, because preaching means to proclaim. You're just making proclamations, and there's no evidence to this, man. None
100%.
whatsoever. And then Abraham, isn't Abraham a Western Semitic name?
It is.
Sarah is a Western Semitic name as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all these people, they don't have Niger Cadorfian names, correct?
No, I have
They
not
don't.
ran into the word Kunta Kinte in the Bible. No.
Jacob is a Western Semitic name, right?
Yes, it is.
I mean, we can go down the list. Western Semitic languages don't find their origin or the genesis in Western Central Africa. What are you guys talking about? Like nobody from any field would agree with this egregious narrative, which is obviously a race-based agenda. You feel like the only way that black people could fit into the narrative if you actually place Israel within Africa,
Change the whole thing.
which is sad, man. That's sad, bro. All right, the Kirk inscription, the Black Obelisk, all these places talk about going into the Levantine region and capturing people from that region, right? You do know Egyptians record Canaan. They know where Canaan is. It ain't in Western Central Africa. It's in the region
Exactly.
that we call the Levant. They traveled north from Egypt and went into the Syro-African rift, went into the Levant, and had wars or had exchanges with them. Matter of fact, Egyptians themselves adopted farming from people in the Middle East. That's where you get it from. That's where that wheat and barley and that grain comes from. It comes from the Middle East.
Mm-hmm. Also, Phoenicia, pretty important. We know that the king of Hiram that King Solomon went to build the temple. Phoenicia has always been recorded by the Egyptians and other surrounding nations as being in modern day Lebanon, who, according to DNA, happen to be Canaanites, are the closest modern people to Canaanites, should I say.
Yeah, y'all done, man. Y'all done. Watch this. Hold on. Let's go to the PBS article real quick.
You stopped off, so when we start back again in a couple of days, we can, where the timestamp is.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that right now, but I want to share this real quick before we leave here. It's getting late. Ancient royal seal found in Jerusalem. Where it was found? Not in Western Central Africa, not in Sub-Saharan Africa, in Jerusalem. Hebrew University's Institute of Archaeology says it has discovered a seal for a papyrus document in the 8th century BC, signed by the biblical king Hezekiah. Researchers suspect the clay imprint was made by the king himself. It is believed to be the first Judean seal to be discovered by archaeologists. The seal was found in a dump by the wall surrounds of Jerusalem's old city. Hezekiah ruled around 700 BC and helped build Jerusalem into an ancient metropolis. This is where it was found. You can see the Paleo Hebrew inscription on it. You can see the Egyptian iconography on this seal. He's clearly someone that lives in the Levant, right, near Egypt, north of Egypt, not someone that lives somewhere in Sub-Saharan Africa, which y'all don't even designate. Like where? Ghana, Cameroon, where? Where is this at? You talking out your ass. All right, Avery, any last statements before we close tonight's show?
Just research everything Teo says. He's a notorious liar, so anything he says, y'all just got to automatically research. And actually, I'll expand that to anything that anybody says. Research what I say. Research what Yeshub says. Look at our sources when we say these things to see if it's proven to be true. And definitely do that with Teo. Look up everything he says because obviously tonight we were able to easily prove that the map he's showing is actually talking about Israel and the Levant. It showed Palestine, it showed Egypt, it showed the Ishmaelites and all those other peoples mentioned in the scriptures. It showed the Mediterranean Sea. Like, that's just a bold-faced lie. If he didn't, either two things are going on. He generally didn't do the research and believes that that's Africa, West Africa, which means he's not a good researcher. Or two, he knows that that's talking about the Levant and he's just deliberately lying. Either way, both options are bad. Either he's lying or he's just a bad researcher and lazy. So I can't wait to come back to this topic the next time we're live. That's all I got.
All right, yeah, y'all tune in. We'll be back, and we'll serve you the rest of this hibachi meal, man. These dudes are pseudo as hell, and they're enemies to education, and they push indoctrination. Is that clear? Right? The field of archaeology doesn't agree with them. Linguistics doesn't agree with them. Genetics doesn't agree with these guys. Like, come on, man. You guys are completely pseudo in every aspect, right? In every single aspect, in every category, bro. We out.
You know the truth.
Smooth was good, baby.
I'll be with the lick read. Carrots on my wrist, no they didn't come from Tiffany. Elmer Fudd try to get this buzz, we throwing clips at him. Hit stick, made him kick flip, time to blitz matted. Love silver satin all on his swap meet fabric. 350,000 in a duffel, do a backflip. That's Draco with a Draco, bet you this'll bring traction. Gallery department, rockin' Cold Devil, this fashion. That's an awful lot of cough syrup in my hand. Silly op made him wrestle shots like he Vince McMahon. He's no longer, what that mean? He's simply dead. Must be off shrooms, so I left him trippy red. Kill Bill, real deal, they gon' do it Simon Tell him. Rolls Royce Don parked, then he came with the umbrellas. It don't rain in California, but I bet you we can sell him. I'm the truth, you can go and ask them niggas I was in jail with. My car came with umbrellas in it, nigga. The police said I hang with all felons in my pictures. Flu fly my op if he's staring at my jury. Debo the block niggas saying I'm a bully. My car came with umbrellas in it, nigga. The police said I hang with all felons in my pictures. Flu fly my op if he's staring at my jury. Debo the block niggas saying I'm a bully. Shit, man. My car came with umbrellas in it, nigga. Man. The police said I hang with all felons in my pictures. For real. Monday Night Raw, he can wrestle these extensions. Shit. Flu fly my op if he's staring at my jewelry. Flu fly my op, 2 hammers out, 2 cans. Sam make these hammers blam blam, I'm a loose cannon. Hit stick, made his wig split, made him do backflips. Is that the spark from the K on my Jews dance? The county jail, I'll be wild as hell, I don't do rapping. How he got dead is gonna be hard to find his shoes after. I drink lean, pop pills, I ain't these new rappers. The OG's mad cause I ain't let him wipe my shoes after. Get a bag, get a job, you a shoe shiner. I beat life twice, nigga, I'm a 2-timer. C-files, I beat trial, you don't do violence. My posse, we keep chops cause our Jews icy. My car came with umbrellas in it, nigga. The police said I hang with all felons in my pictures. Flu fly my op if he's staring at my jury. Debo the block niggas saying I'm a bully. My car came with umbrellas in it, nigga. The police said I hang with all felons in my pictures. Flu fly my op if he's staring at my jury. Debo the block niggas saying I'm a bully. Shit, man. My car came with umbrellas in it, nigga. Man. The police said I hang with all felons in my pictures. For real. Monday Night Raw, he can wrestle these extensions. Shit. Flu fly my op if he's staring at my jewelry.
Another nigga dead if you put your hand up on his jury. All 12 said not guilty, you heard the jury. You can give me all the money you want, don't be nervous. I made this bitch give me back massager with his jersey. He got a mic on, don't say too much, he a Perkins. Effing in to turn a kickboxer to a jerker. Bitch handed me a loaf, so I served her. She broke, she can't get shit from me, not even a burger. Why you got so many phones? Cause they burners. Turn her op nigga to cookie pack like I'm burner. Put a bitch in a strip club and she a twerker. In a month I done made 100 bands off my verses. The
My car came with umbrellas in it, nigga. The police said I hang with all felons in my pictures. Flew fly my op if he staring at my jury. Debo with the block, niggas saying I'm a bully. My car came with umbrellas in it, nigga. The police said I hang with all felons in my pictures. Flew fly my op if he staring at my jury. Debo with the block, niggas saying I'm a bully. Shit, man. My car came with umbrellas in it, nigga. Man. The police said I hang with all felons in my pictures. For real. Monday Night Raw, he can rest with his extensions. Shit. Flew fly my op if he staring at my jewelry.